What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Troxel Sports Talk back at it again. What is going on, everybody? We are live for the Michigan Wolverines at the Alabama Crimson Tide for the Citrus Bowl. How's everybody doing? What's going on, John? How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone was safe from last night's festivities. And Happy New Year's, everyone. What's going on, Brennan Wallace? Happy New Year's to you too, John. If we could get those likes up, we greatly appreciate it. Happy New Year's. Go Bama and Georgia. I am go blue, but hopefully we got a good game instead of a blowout, folks. I do have Alabama beating my Michigan Wolverines. I have them beating them 55 to 17. I am rocking my Go Blue Michigan shirt, so hopefully it brings some sort of good luck. That's a blowout. You said no blowouts. Yeah, I did say no blowouts, but it is Alabama, and they are probably playing mad today that they was not in the college football playoffs. So I do have them playing mad. Hopefully, Michigan can finally get off this night and actually pick up a bowl win. Something we have not been able to do. And I think at some point you got to take these bowl games into consideration and evaluate the head coach in Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I think Alabama would have been in the college football playoffs if Tua didn't get hurt and their injuries didn't happen. They got annihilated with injuries. So as soon as the game does resume or start off, I should say, I will be bringing in the game audio and also the football field. No, the game has not started yet. They are doing the Rose Bowl parade still. Appreciate the 4 in the building. You guys are truly awesome. Oh, we got 5 in the building. That's what's up. Appreciate you. If we get those likes up, it would be greatly appreciated. What's going on, Sports Player 2.0 Daniel? How's it going? Happy New Year, brother. John says road to 2K. Absolutely. All right, we are starting here very shortly. We starting to get the commercials for the game. All right. What is going on? Jeffrey Russell says, as an Ohio State fan, it's hard for me to root for Michigan, but go Big Ten. Absolutely. I am a go blue, but I do have Alabama routing us 55-17. Hopefully it is not the case. Oh man, seeing that field. Let's go. Michigan is in all white. They are taking the field. So a little fun fact. This is the last time we'll see something like 2020. So happy New Year's, everyone. Next time we'll see something like that, we will all be not here on Earth. It'll be 2121. So I do wish all the health and wealth for the new year. Tua is at the Citrus Bowl, but he is obviously not playing. There is 6 in the house. Appreciate that. Let's get those thumbs up. Be greatly appreciated. John also says, I'm a Georgia fan and Alabama fan. Bama needs Tua. John got comment of the day. Says, I asked Siri when the world will end. She said, when the Browns win the Super Bowl. I am not a Shea Patterson fan. I feel like he is the weakest link on our team.
He's made the right plays at the right time.
All right, they're doing the coin toss, so I do have the game audio. I will try to let you guys know what they say.
Programs kick off a new year from Orlando. It's the Wolverines.
Well, okay, I guess they're not going to show the coin toss, which that kind of upsets me. Come on, NCAA. Tua has a huge hit for Alabama. It sucks for college football when someone's that good goes down. Absolutely, Jeffrey. You know, I never want to see any college football player or any athlete in general go down with any sort of injury. You know, I don't care if it's during a Michigan Wolverines versus Ohio State. I never want to see anybody go down. You know, I always feel like, you know, a good test is a healthy team, two healthy teams going at it. So, prayers and thoughts go out to Tua. Hopefully, it does not hurt his draft stock or his return to Alabama. So after this game, we'll be doing the Oregon Ducks versus Wisconsin Badgers, as well as Georgia Bulldogs versus Baylor Bears. Tomorrow we will do the Pistons at the Clippers. I am off on Friday. Then we will be doing every single NFL playoff game, including this weekend. And to cap off Sunday, we'll do the Pistons at the Lakers. Alrighty. Game will be resuming the audio here shortly.
Season rather with 11 wins as you look at the six-time national champ.
What is going on? Daryl Halloway says, "Go Blue." Hello, everyone.
Lost the last 3 bowl games, including a 41-15 drubbing against Florida in the Peach Bowl a year ago. Alabama won the toss and deferred. So Michigan will get the ball first. Giles Jackson.
Happy New Year's to you as well, Daryl. Health and wealth for the new year. All right, Michigan will be receiving the opening kick, so that means Alabama has the ball to start the second half. Here we go. Citrus Bowl is underway. Ball to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 40, to the 50, and it looks like it might be out of bounds on Alabama's 49.
What a great way to start this game for Michigan. Slipping on the return, but being able to establish that far boundary. And Giles Jackson, the explosive freshman, you see some of that speed on display. And the athleticism that he has, a great job, too, by that Michigan Wolverines kickoff return. You know, it's been a long layoff, so it's a great way to start to create some momentum for your offense to get this Verbo Citrus Bowl underway.
And that was anybody other than Henry.
What's going on, Brandon? How's it going?
Alabama.
Says roll tide. Bama going to kick Wolverines' butt. All right, so ball was actually placed at the 50-yard line. Going, oh, could not come down with it. All right, come on, Michigan.
Josh Jobe is replacing Trayvon Diggs, who's sitting out the year, sitting out the game was in coverage. You look at Patterson, his numbers for his career at Michigan after transferring from Ole Miss.
He's got a lot of accuracy, and like Tom referenced, he has been playing his best football of late. I thought the Ohio State game was one of the best of his career with the accuracy he showed.
Michigan lost that game, though, 56-27. Peoples-Jones.
All right, Peoples-Jones for about a gain of a yard, maybe two.
So it's going to be 3rd and long for Patterson.
And Michigan adjusted their offense in the offseason, went down to Alabama and hired Josh Gaddis, their offensive coordinator. And they've tried to implement more tempo, more RPO, more passing game friendly aspects for Shea Patterson, and he's responded.
Oh no, Liddell, I would literally stop watching the Detroit Lions.
3rd team all Big Ten quarterback.
Oh wait, I think I might have already have. Ooh, he tripped up.
Again, they went at Jobe, who started the season opener against Duke, had a hand injury mid-season. Sophomore out of Miami in coverage.
Clearly trying to attack Jobe, like you referenced, who's in for.
Appreciate that, Josh. That's hi, everyone. Subscribe to Troxel Sports Talk. I did 5 days ago.
Just a little bit off with some of those deep throws down the right sideline.
And Jalen Waddle, who is one of the most explosive.
All right, it's 4th and 8. Alabama is set to receive the punt.
He had 4 touchdowns against Auburn. This one checks up, and we'll be down by Michigan at the 16-yard line.
All right. I do got to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the audio. Appreciate each and every single one of you guys in the building. Appreciate that. Brady Spark says, I did 20 days ago.
The season ended.
All right.
And he expects
game is
his team to play
back.
very well today and play with a lot of intensity. And Mac Jones going downtown here on the first play.
Oh my goodness, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10 line. He is in for a touchdown. Alabama scores first. What's going on, country boy? Says Happy New Year's. Wow, from Mobile, Alabama. So I bet you're going crazy right now with that long touchdown reception for a touchdown.
And look at that number. 33 straight wins when they score a touchdown on their opening drive. I wonder what it is when they score on the opening play from scrimmage.
And the kick is up. The kick is good. It is 7-0 Alabama. There's 13:47 left in this first quarter. So after this, we got the Oregon-Wisconsin game, followed by Georgia and Baylor. So we got an action-packed Wednesday for you on New Year's Day. Appreciate the 10 in the building. If we could get those thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. What is going on? Abdul Terrell says, what's up? Merry Merry New Year's, everyone, I think. Happy New Year's, health and wealth, Abdul. Appreciate everything you do. Appreciate that, Brady. John says that won't be till Super Bowl. Appreciate that, John. Says I like this channel. What's going on the Gridiron Blitz?
About how he may be very well the best receiver in college football. I think without question he's the best route runner in college football.
Well, and going back to that Auburn game, we talked about the pick sixes, but Mac Jones also threw 4 touchdowns in that game. He's played well, and that was an excellent throw as well to Judy. Giles Jackson had a 51-yard return last time he touched it, but not this time. He's knocked down at the 19-yard line by Job.
Dude, got to mute for copyright music and game and commercials. We have copyright music going on right now. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the audio.
In 2008, at the time called the Capital One Bowl. Jay Patterson over the middle, and it's caught at the 27-yard line by Jackson.
I know Michigan fans are frustrated with the performance defensively a few different times this year, but if you look at the Ohio State game closely, it felt a little closer than the score might indicate. A couple drop passes in the second half, a couple mistakes there early in the first half in the red zone with a drop pass and a fumbled snap. So I know 9-3 is not necessarily what you're looking for, and you obviously want to beat your rival, but this Michigan team is excellent.
On 2nd and 3.
Yeah, John, Gridiron is live.
The first down for Haskins, spun to the ground by Christian Harris. Haskins has had a couple of big games, a $149 on the ground against Notre Dame, 125 yards at Illinois in a tough game where the Illini came back and needed those yards from Haskins down the stretch.
It reminds me of TJ Yeldon from Alabama. A little taller, but has really good side-to-side quickness and some nice acceleration through the hole.
Interesting, guys. Michigan trying to up the tempo here, but they're substituting, which is giving Alabama a chance to get the right personnel on the field.
First down for Michigan on the 30-yard line. They'll run it to Jackson. Maybe a couple. Alabama's run defense was not very good this year. They gave up 135 yards a game, the most in the last 20 years for the Crimson Tide. And you saw those gaudy numbers in terms of points allowed in their 2 losses to LSU and Auburn. Michigan's offense not great. We'll see if they can provide a test today. Patterson throwing down the sideline, incomplete. He was trying to hit Sean McEwen, the tight end, so 3rd down and 7 now.
And one thing that I think Michigan needs to do throughout the course of this game is find opportunities for their tight end. That time, Xavier McKinney all over it, recognizing that McEwen's a huge part of this offensive plan. But on 3rd down, it's really important to try to find opportunities for Ronnie Bell, their slot receiver, who's a real big mismatch in one-on-one coverage against the slot players for Alabama.
And they got Jobe right now lined up against him. They've already targeted him twice deep down the field on the number 3 receiver there, number 8 in the slot.
There's Ronnie Bell with corner over. It indicates man coverage.
Patterson in trouble, gets rid of the pass, and it's incomplete. A diving try by Bell.
See, this is why Michigan stinks.
And so Michigan's going to have to kick it right back to Bama.
It's a really nice route.
They need to get rid of Shea Patterson. I cannot stand Shea Patterson.
Pressure from Alabama bringing 6. Patterson knows he has to get rid of the ball on time.
Maybe I need to tweet him again that he still sucks.
And a little low, but clearly trying to take advantage of that matchup. Ronnie Bell working against the corner in the slot.
For those of you that are not on my Twitter, I do tweet players. And Shea Patterson is a disgrace to Wolverine football.
Away for the Wolverines, and again, Jalen Waddle is deep. Well, that's one way to keep it away from Waddle. Takes a Michigan bounce down to about the 30-yard line, only a 37-yard punt. Now Mac Jones. Ankle injury earlier in the season.
Oh, I cheer for my team.
Against Arkansas. And then when Tua got hurt against Mississippi State with a season-ending hip injury, he became the full-time guy. And that pass on the money to Devontae Smith. And it's a 1st down out to the 46-yard line. So it's not just that he's got Jerry Jeudy. He's got Smith, Waddle, and Ruggs. So excellent receiving core to work with for Mac Jones.
Unbelievable supporting cast. I mean, they go 4 deep at wide receiver, and of course 2 deep at running back with Najee Harris and Waddle.
From the 46-yard line, they're going to run Harris here. And he gets maybe 2 yards. Brought down.
All right, gain about 2.
So I know he had the turnovers against Auburn, but still made some big plays. And in talking to Steve Sarkisian yesterday, the offensive coordinator, he said the players,
the way that we're playing right now,
Mac Jones,
like I said, 55-17, and you know what? I'm even going to change it again.
with the way he handled himself.
65-10.
Mistakes didn't let them dwindle.
On 2nd and 8,
Bama's going to kill us. We're not playing at all. Surprised that was a 1-yard gain. It's 3rd and 7.
Mac Jones lose is the fact that he was willing to sign up in the same recruiting class as Tua Tagovailoa and say, you know what, I'm not going to play early.
You know, at some point, Michigan fans have got to point fingers at Jim Harbaugh.
To compete to win the job. You have to appreciate that approach, Tom.
That, and he's so smart, he's so competitive, and he's willing to bide his time and earn it. And that's what he's done, and that's why he's had success, because he's prepared properly.
Let's see how he does here on 3rd down and 6. Only a 3-man rush, and that pass is knocked away. Incomplete.
All right.
Hill stepping in front of Ruggs, and it's
4th and 6. Let's go. About time you guys showed up.
And Lavert Hill does a great job of playing the quarterback's eyes. You look at that helmet, looking inside. He's responsible for.
Yeah, I figured.
And as soon as the receiver breaks on the 5-yard out route.
That's why from now on, I'm not doing no more ABCs in CBS games.
Making a play on the football and impacting the throw and catch. Lavert Hill is not very big at only 5'11", but if he was 6'1" or 6'2", he'd be a 1st-round pick. I love his cover skills.
That's why I need the 6 of you in the building to get those thumbs up. Share this out with your friends. Tell everybody to come here to Troxel Sports Talk and give a thumbs up.
5-yard penalty.
Got to delay a game.
10 guys on the field at one point, and 11th guy came on late.
And these are the things you deal with in a bowl game. long layoff. Substitutions are a little trickier. You're not a well-oiled machine the same way you usually are at the end of the regular season. So making sure
you know what?
focus on
Maybe
the
it's time
details,
to invest in some
substitution,
people.
Snap count, the little things.
It's like an opener, Greg. It really is.
It really is like starting the season all over again.
Yeah.
New year, new team.
Near the punt, and it's a line drive. Peoples-Jones has it on the 16-yard line, but nowhere to go as he is dropped. How about Devontae Smith, starting wide receiver, as the gunner making the tackle.
Appreciate that, AT.
So first down for Michigan on its 15-yard line. And it's Charbonnet through a crease at the 20-yard line, and it's a first down for the true freshman running back. Well, final game at Michigan for Shea.
Nah, AT. They can both take a hike.
The ball the rest of the day. You know, I got to beat my quarterback as far as total yardage is concerned.
Patterson to throw here. And it's broken up. Incomplete. Intended for Collins, and Christian Harris, a true freshman linebacker.
How hard is it to catch
made the
pass?
play for Alabama.
You know what, Greg? That's the matchup Michigan would like to have. A receiver versus a linebacker, a true freshman linebacker, and the linebacker makes the play.
And an injured Alabama player. Can't see the number just yet. It's Josh Jobe. Back in a moment.
Hope you're alright, John. You know, I'm so sick and tired of stupid people showing the stupid game. I really want to go and find on the black market a hacker, hack their computer, and fry their computer. So if ever anybody that's wondering why I'm quiet right now, it's because I am ticked off at YouTube right now. John, put some alcohol on it, clean it up, and wrap it up into some gauze.
And he got hurt a moment ago, but looks to be all right.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire as they were running the crossing route. They were trying to pass and run all the way through it. And you see him collide right there in the middle of your screen with Surtain. Just kind of awkwardly colliding. And Job was able to walk off under his own power, so hopefully he'll be able to return to the game sooner than later. And Jalen Armour-Davis takes his spot there on the perimeter down at the bottom of your screen.
He's a redshirt freshman out of Mobile, Alabama. And Michigan going to run the ball here, and Charbonnet close to a first down, dragged down by Christian Harris. So Alabama already was playing a lot of young guys. That's kind of how it's been all year. Dylan Moses tore his ACL. Starting linebacker as Charbonnet runs right at the linebackers and up near midfield.
Yeah, I've noticed that,
Alabama
Jeffrey.
fans, Moses announced this week that he's going to come back to Alabama next year. He was expected to be
They're looking to become a powerhouse
even
again.
in the first round, but he's coming back to Alabama. But they missed him. LeBron Ray is another guy they haven't had. DJ Dale up front. They're without him today. And Terrell Lewis, as we mentioned, and Trayvon Diggs are both sitting out this game. As you look at Pete Golding, the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's had his hands full and just making sure that the freshman players, and in some cases there's as many as 5 or 6 on the field at a time, having a great understanding of what they do in a very complicated defensive scheme.
Here's a direct snap. They pitch it back on a flea flicker to Patterson. And Patterson has an open receiver at the 35-yard line. It's Peoples-Jones. All the way down.
Hey, all right. Down to the 18-yard line.
Oh, I love the design. The direct snap to Haskins. Pitch it back to Patterson. Look how patient he is. Surveying the field. An excellent job by those guys on the offensive line. Giving Shea Patterson plenty of time to survey. An excellent job there by Peoples-Jones getting across the field and creating a lot of separation for his quarterback.
And with that, Patterson passes his head coach, Jim Harbaugh. Patterson's also closing in on a 3,000-yard season. There's only been 2 guys at Michigan to do that, John Navarre and Jake Rudock. And you think of all the great quarterbacks they've had, as it looked like Patterson was trying to call a timeout. He did before the snap. But you think of all the great quarterbacks they've had at Michigan. Obviously, the GOAT, Tom Brady. Brian Griese won a national championship in Michigan. Jim Harbaugh played in the NFL. But
I was impressed with him when they played us. They should fire Jim Harbaugh. Apply constant pressure on that, John. Hopefully that'll stop the bleeding. I will be right back. I'm going to go get me something to drink. So hang on tight. I'll be back in a flash. Alright, you guys, I am back.
He'd look right through his eyes out the backside of his head.
He'd say, Dylan, come over here. The backup quarterback, Dylan McCaffrey, get in there.
I think we should go to Dylan McCaffrey.
Inside the 20, breaking a tackle and dragged down inside.
All right, we got a first down.
Came off for Xavier McKinney, who might be their best player on defense. He's going to have to sit out this next play.
This is a beautiful job by Haskins, being patient, allowing it to develop, setting up the blocks to the outside, and then slipping upfield and getting vertical. He's been such a big difference maker here in the second half of the season, and I think him and Charbonnet are going to form a very formidable 1-2 punch here in the years to come.
Ben Bredesen got away with a big-time hold there on the edge as well.
Keep an eye on one-on-one coverage, press. They like to take those shots occasionally.
And again, no McKinney for this play. Patterson dumping it.
Hey! Let's go! Go Blue!
Fourth touchdown of the season for Nick Eubanks, a senior from Plantation, Florida. 23rd touchdown pass for Shea Patterson. Looked really good on that drive. And Nordine ties it up at 7 midway through this opening.
All right. It is all tied up, folks. Okay, guess they're not cutting to commercial.
Very concerned about that quarterback run, and as a result,
usually after kickoffs, kicks, they cut to commercial.
That's just a beautiful design and excellent answer.
What's going on, Darnell?
Greg,
Says go Blue.
Michigan sideline on the side where the touchdown occurred. There's an energy and there's an enthusiasm on this Michigan sideline. Whether it was Jim Harbaugh, whether it was Ed Werner, the offensive line coach, support staff, Josh Gaddis, everybody, players, coaches, support staff alike, all the way down here to the 15-10-yard line with a welcoming committee for Shea Patterson and crew. There just seems to be a confidence down here once they settled down and got a stop on defense.
Well, guys, look, this means more for Michigan than it does for Alabama. For Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines, beating Alabama today is more important, I believe, than it is that Alabama beats Michigan.
It might be the biggest moment of Jim Harbaugh's tenure. I mean, outside of some pretty disappointing performances, this would be a signature win for what Harbaugh and Michigan are trying to accomplish.
A touchback.
All right, touchback
to the 25 later today on ESPN.
All right. Now we're going to copyright music. I do got to mute it for. All right, gain of about 2.
Why you shouldn't expand playoff, but I'm going to look at it the other way. Maybe it's a reason to expand the college football playoff because there's teams who aren't in that top four. You just mentioned two of them, Wisconsin, Oregon, that match up better.
But it still would likely be one-sided because it's very clear this year that there are 3 championship caliber programs.
But it's not like that every year.
It's like that most years.
Jones pass caught by Judy, and look at Judy reverse field and still have the speed to get back near midfield. Man, is he talented. Jerry Judy, Deerfield Beach, Florida, junior.
When you talk to Steve Sarkisian, he said Mac Jones is a better player when he turns his back to the defense, meaning off-play action, and he can turn around and react to what he sees. So that time he turned his back to the defense. He's able to locate Judy over the middle between the zone defenders. Very accurate throw, and Judy does what he always does, makes some positive yards after catch.
Could be his final game if he decides to go to the NFL. Hand off to Harris off the left edge. And into Michigan territory for a pickup of about 3 or 4.
Greg, you know, you talk about Mac Jones and about turning his back. I think the other thing, too, that Steve Sarkisian wanted to make a point of was when Mac Jones would have some duress issues, particularly against Auburn, his eyes would come down to see the rush, and then he tried to get him back up. That time, he navigated the pocket, and his eyes never came down. So always seeing what's downfield and in front of him.
You saw Sark there in his first year as the offensive coordinator, was here as an assistant a few years ago, then went to the Falcons to be their offensive coordinator for a couple of years as they stuff out that screen pass.
All right, tackle for a loss.
As Glasgow takes down Billingsley, they're trying to set up the wide receiver screen to the true freshman, just his second catch of the year.
Just a beautiful job here by Glasgow.
Oh, that's what's up.
And Jed Wills, the right tackle for Alabama, future first-round pick.
I don't think I got his notification.
Really poorly done there trying to secure the edge.
So after the negative play, it's 3rd down and 10 for Alabama.
Yeah, never got his notification. Once again, YouTube needs to get on their stuff.
Off the edge, it's picked up, and it's through the hands of Waddle, incomplete.
All right, 4th and 10.
This was nice anticipation from Mac Jones and good separation from Waddle. The ball just slightly behind Waddle, but not enough to the point where he should drop it. You see it on the backside. I mean, that's one that Waddle's got to make. And you know if he makes it, there's a lot of space in front for him to create. Missed opportunity there from Alabama.
He felt he was held by Vincent Gray, but no penalty flag, obviously. Alabama in perfect position. Devontae Smith inside the 1-yard line. 50-yard punt.
Eubanks out in the flat for an easy touchdown.
What's going on? Should have known.
Executed drive from the Wolverines the last time out on offense.
A little bit taller order here, though. Backed up inside their 1-yard line.
Appreciate you for rocking with me, brother.
And they get good push up front, and that allows Haskins to have some running room past the 5 and out to the 8-yard line. John Runyon, 2-time first-team All-Big Ten left tackle, playing his final game at Michigan. Ben Bredesen, guy that has an NFL future at left guard.
We can talk about the receivers and the quarterbacks, their improvement over the course of the last half of the season, but this offensive line, you can't overlook the improvements they made as well. They did a great job of taking to the challenge of the early season struggles and started to play really well and cohesive down the stretch.
They just gave their quarterback some breathing room here, Greg. 2nd down and 3, and waiting at second is Charbonnet.
There we go.
On the Jets. Great patience.
First down, Michigan. Ball at the 19.
And picks up 10 yards.
And how about the block out in front, too? Charbonnet does a great job of setting it up and then bouncing to the outside. This was really well run by Charbonnet. Great job by Bredesen out in front, throwing his body at the feet of the defender. And Charbonnet, not elite top-end speed, but very savvy and nuanced runner with the football and setting up blocks and creating yardage.
They'll run it again. And this time, Alabama does a pretty good job getting to Charbonnet and making the tackle.
You know, Alabama getting some penetration on that play there, but Greg, on the previous 2 runs, really Alabama's struggling up front. They're struggling to disengage in blocks. They're struggling to run to the football. No DJ Dale and no Raekwon Davis on the last 2 plays for Davis.
Trev, it usually lasts till about the second quarter.
Alabama's really got to do a better job setting the edge.
I played 2K09, 11, 13, 17, 18, making the Pistons go 82-0. That's what's up, AT.
Patterson on 2nd down and 8. His pass is caught and
got the first down. Nice fight.
So, Greg, you and Tom are talking about the defense. We already mentioned how the rush defense has been worse this year than the last 2 decades at Alabama. If Tua Tagovailoa is healthy, do they still get beat because they're not good enough or deep enough on defense?
The defense has been the Achilles heel this year. There's no denying that. And you can score points in bunches, and they have. But when you allow 48 against Auburn, it's going to be really difficult.
What's going on, Damien?
Big
oh, there we go. There we go. Another first down.
After the 40-yard line. Well, certainly the way LSU's offense played, and obviously Tua played in that game, but look at that hole again.
Not only the hole, but then the lack of tackling on the back end. Xavier McKinney, number 15, who's usually so reliable in his runs.
Zach Cabernet has 6 rushes for 57 yards.
Michigan liking what they see now with some of their matchups up front. Alabama's rotating a bunch of defenders in along the defensive line, but they haven't had an answer for this run game.
Hopefully he had a great New Year's, Damien. Oh, there we go. To 30, to 20. Woo! Let's go! Go Blue, stand up!
And every time Giles Jackson's on the field, you have to have an all-points bulletin on him defensively. There he's lined up at the running back spot, away from where he ended up catching the football. He crosses the
we are in the red zone, folks.
Up front. It's a great design from offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis in creating some space for his most explosive wide receiver and weapon offensively.
Final minute of the opening quarter, and Michigan starting this drive on its 1-yard line is in the red zone now. Patterson off play action.
Oh, come on.
As he gets drilled.
Get it!
Haven't ruled yet whether it's a
okay.
pass or not.
Peoples-Jones got the recovery.
Michigan, and they are going to rule that it was a fumble by Patterson.
On the field is a fumble recovered by the offense. 2nd down.
And it looked like his arm was moving forward to me. I mean, you see as he's winding up, got that glove hand on there, and that arm is moving forward. They're going to have to take a look at this, because it's pretty clear that that is an attempt at throwing the football, moving it forward.
That was Barmore on the hit.
Surprised they're not looking at this.
Me too. Now
all right, there we go.
Let's bring Dave Kitts.
They're going to look at it. It's going to probably be overturned. It's going to be an incomplete pass, it looks like.
The rule is that the ball has to be controlled in the hand or arm when that hand or arm is moving forward. It is moving forward when that ball comes out. I've got an incomplete pass here.
No doubt. I think it's very clear. And I'm honestly good with the officials allowing it to play out. Hey, err on the side of the fumble, correct, instead of blowing it dead and whistling it dead. So I'm good with how they handled it on the field, but now to the beauty of replay, being able to correct it, Dave, is imperative.
Well, you're absolutely correct, because if you rule an incomplete pass and it really is
eat
a fumble,
some noodles,
they can review
eat some
it,
spicy
and it can
noodles,
be given to the
Damien.
defense as long as it's recovered in the immediate and continuing action.
That'll cure a hangover.
Any advance is canceled. So you want to let that go and give replay a chance.
And as you see, it was recovered by Michigan, ruling on the field a fumble and a 4-yard loss, but I think it's pretty clear looking at that it's going to get overturned. Now, the reason that it takes a little bit longer sometimes, and I know fans are antsy, they see it, but they got to figure out, right, Dave, how much time on the clock, where to spot the ball, down and distance, all that, right?
Yeah, they've got to bring the ball back. They rule incomplete pass to the previous spot, reset the clock if necessary, but that's what takes the time.
Yeah. So 14 seconds to go. The offense for Michigan has looked pretty good here in the opening quarter.
Tell you what, guys, where Shea is fortunate is that he was able to get his arm moving forward, because if that ball goes out when his arm's going back, now you've really got an issue. So nice job by Shea Patterson having the hand strength to just hold on to the football.
And he's got that glove on, man.
Oh,
Keep that
that's
hand
true.
very strong, nice and tacky. But
dude, how do they do that? I could never. I can't. Whether it's cold or warm, I couldn't throw with a glove on.
I love it. I think it's awesome. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some say Tom couldn't throw with one off.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's fair. Tom, are you sure you're not left-handed? That's my question.
Most.
After review, it's an incomplete pass. It will be second down. Timer, please reset the game clock to 57 seconds. The clock will start on the snap. Thank you.
There we go. There we go.
57 seconds, 2nd and 10 on the 20-yard line.
Add some clock.
After the incompletion.
Get back to our old field position.
And a really nice
And let's rock out.
quarter for Michigan's offense.
Offensive line, you better hold up.
Some opportunities. And
How about a little love for Barmore, though, because Alabama needed something to happen. They needed to get some pressure on Patterson. They had not yet. Patterson in trouble again.
Patterson on the rollout. Going to run with it. Gain about 2 or 3 yards on that play.
Davis at 6'7", 315, running from one side of the field to the other after the quarterback.
Been playing his final college game, too, and know it means a lot to him. Hasn't gone the way he's wanted it to go this year, but...
All right, come on, Michigan. You got to get that first down. It's third down.
Here on third down.
You got 38 seconds left. 3rd and 8.
Really smart with the football. His windows are tight in this part of the field. They love to utilize.
Yeah, drink some fluids and eat some noodles.
So they can create a one-on-one opportunity.
It doesn't have to be super spicy, but the sweat, you got to try to sweat that out.
Right here, lined up at number 3.
It'll cure the hangover.
Patterson going for Eubanks.
Oh, come on.
Xavier McKinney, first team All-SEC, free safety, had the coverage that
Eubanks
time.
was about a foot and a half short of that
Big
catch.
bodies in the red zone. He's working against Xavier McKinney, who is such a great football player, but he had a chance. A little more air under that football. And Shea might have had himself another touchdown pass to Eubanks. Clearly Shea knows he missed it.
Yep.
It's still the right place to go with the football, and
All right, we settling for a field goal.
Try to execute.
So Nordine is on now for a 36-yard field
Kick
goal
is up.
try, and it's good.
And the kick is good.
To play in the first.
All right, it's 10-7. 9 seconds remain in the first quarter. Michigan with the lead. Oh, trust me, every time I get a hangover, I actually go to a Vietnamese place and eat a noodle dish called pho. And I make it spicy. And within about an hour or two, my hangover is gone.
Finally getting over the hump, finally getting to the postseason after so many close calls over the years. And then how about their opponent? Tennessee Volunteers left for dead after an 0-2 start. Somehow Jeremy Pruitt being able to rally the troops and get them to the postseason. You know, both those two teams, we question sometimes whether the motivation will be there.
I put some sriracha in that boy. I put some
Indiana and Tennessee are going to bring to the table.
Think about we
hot
were there,
chili oil.
Against BYU week 2 in Knoxville. It just seemed like it was going to be a season that was lost, and maybe Jeremy Pruitt would make it. Not the case. Jalen Waddle on the return, and man, is he hard to bottle up.
Oh my goodness, make the stupid tackle. Wrap him up from his waist and drive him down. What are you guys doing? They got him to the 20-yard line.
I mean, he's Dante Hall and Devin Hester when they were at their peak in the return game. He is just absolute dynamite with the ball in his hands.
There is 1 second remaining in the first quarter.
Touchdown pass for Alabama to Jerry Jeudy, but since only 43 yards.
Yeah, and they got to figure out a way to generate more consistency on first and second down to avoid some third and long. So Alabama got to get back to the run game here in the next 3 quarters to spell some of that momentum.
Instead it's
Play action.
And Harris does a good job to pick up.
Airs it out.
There was some contact, but no flag.
And it's going to be 2nd and 10 to start the second quarter. But that is the end of one, folks. It is 10-7. Michigan with the early lead. If Michigan can hold on and keep that mindset that it's still 0-0, you know, going into the half and keep this thing close, Michigan might have a chance. But if they get overhyped that they're up only 3 points, then Alabama already won. With teams like Alabama, you have to play the entire game from start to finish. Not let up off the gas, not one single bit. Those teams are powerhouses for a reason. Your Ohio States, your Alabamas, LSU's, Clemson's, you know, all these teams that are, you know, powerhouses, you have to play them from start to finish. I don't care if you're up by 1 point or you're up by 56 points. You play them for the entire game, start to finish, and see what happens at the end of that game. Oh, absolutely, Ruffles Hawk says, put your seatbelt on, Trox. Michigan came to play. What is going on, Spotlight Sports Talk? How's it going, my brother? Hopefully you had a very happy new year. Health and wealth for the new year, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, Spotlight Sports, are you live? Yes, you are. All right. So I got you on a like as well, my brother. Oh, that's what's up, John. Says subscribe to Spotlight Sports Talk. That's what's up. All right, we are back for the start of the second quarter, folks.
And will probably be Jim Harbaugh's biggest win at Michigan. Big hole for Harris.
Oh my goodness, they got the first to the 35.
Finally taken down near midfield. A great
Oh, that's
by Najee Harris from 25 yards.
You gotta wonder if this is a
okay. So about to the 45-yard line.
Michigan defenders are on this side, and on this side they have one. So what happens? As a result, next thing you know, the run follows to the right, and they don't have enough numbers to the right side of the offensive line, and Najee Harris is out the gate. You have to wonder if that was an error in adjustment by Michigan's defense.
Correction, the 38-yard line.
And a swing pass here to Judy out in space. And nowhere to go on time.
Gain of about 1 yard.
After a gain of 1. Now Tua Tagovailoa is here. And you see the crutch under his left arm, out for the season with a hip injury. Will he or won't he? What would you do, Greg, if you were Tua? Would you go to the NFL or would you come back for one more shot at a championship and a Heisman Trophy?
Well,
AT says, all right, someone hacked my game. Dwight Howard is hitting threes on me.
Try to make the most informed decision possible, but knowing the timetable of his recovery, knowing he might not be available to throw until mid-April, I'd come back.
All right, hold that thought. Here's a swing pass or a screen rather to Harris. Nice job by Glasgow on the tackle. So
tackle for loss.
The Tua is coming back to Bama.
I think it's a real possibility. I really believe that's what he's going to do. I don't know that for certain. I haven't asked him specifically. I have talked to him and asked him what factors are going to weigh into the decision. And he said, look, it's all about medical. How quickly can I get out there and showcase my abilities for teams? And if I can't work out and showcase my abilities on the field, it's going to be really tough for teams to evaluate me. So
3rd and 10.
It's all about the timetable of his recovery. And at this point,
13-10 remaining in the first half. That's 4th and 10. Let's go. Let's go, Michigan. Let's go.
That could go to the NFL. Is there a domino effect? Do guys decide to return with Tua?
And there are 9 guys that are weighing that decision. All juniors, all very well regarded, but several of which maybe.
Yeah, but you take out that that massive 1 yard, 1 play catch to Judy for the touchdown. What is his stats in this game?
Tua decides. A touchback, it will come out to the 20.
All right, we got a touchback. Ball at the 20. When we resume, Michigan with the football and a 3-point lead. Mac Jones need to come to Chicago in 2022. 150 yards in the first quarter. Yeah, but like I said, take out that 85-yard touchdown. What does he really have? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Mac Jones, depending on what Tua does, I think they can develop him into a very good quarterback. That's why when when we had to play Alabama, I was like, oh, it's going to be 55-17.
I was told to do, Luke's.
Yeah, I was just mad I didn't get a Baby Yoda for Christmas.
Here is Charbonnet.
I gained about 5, maybe 6.
Alabama trying to punch it out. He's out to the 26-yard line, so a 6-yard run. Now Jim Harbaugh in his 5th year. It's the longest he's
Appreciate
been
that
in
Spotlight
any
Sports
stop.
Talk.
He was at Stanford for 4 years.
Drops the $2 super chat.
49ers. And 10 wins, 3 years trying to get his 4th 10-win season in 5 years. That hasn't happened at Michigan since 1980, that they've had a stretch like that. Yet obviously there are a lot of Wolverine fans that want more. They want championships. As Charbonnet picks a hole and gets a first down.
There we go.
Hasn't won the Big Ten since 04, and they shared it that year with Iowa, the last national title
Got
in
the first down.
1997. How would you guys evaluate the job that Harbaugh's done?
I think he's done a good job. I mean, they are consistently excellent.
John says I subscribe to Spotlight Sports Talk. That is what's up, my brother.
As deep and as talented as just about any division outside of the SEC West. And disappointing thing, though, is obviously the performances against Ohio State. You have to beat your rival. And until you do that, the fan base is never going to be completely satisfied.
On first down, Patterson, a long throw to
All right, there we go.
40-yard line.
No, Greg, I think the other thing, too, and you mentioned it earlier with Indiana and the bowl game they're going to play in. Every team has hurdles, and you know, whether it's getting to 6 wins, whether it's getting bowl eligible, whether it's getting past that. The hurdle for Michigan is beating the best opponents on their schedule, not just Ohio State. That's the next thing, the next step for this Michigan football
Tackle
team.
for a loss.
Just
Lost
3
about a
wins
yard,
versus
maybe
10
2.
since 2012.
By Harris.
Getting a win versus an Alabama, getting a win versus a highly ranked team during the regular season, that's the next step for Michigan.
They did beat Notre
Wow,
Dame.
lost 19 consecutive road or neutral games versus AP top 15.
I think it's really
That is
easy
Jim
to treat
Harbaugh
Michigan
for
as a
ya.
punching bag. I think it's low-hanging fruit. And I understand the frustrations at times with the performances in the big games. There have been several in which they haven't been competitive. But the overall progress from the time Jim
Every
Harbaugh
single
got
one
there
against
to where he's at now,
Ohio State have not been competitive outside of one.
Patterson chased out of the pocket.
Shea Patterson on the run. Got the first down. There we go.
But Patterson showed his speed.
Oh my goodness. He had a guy on his tail.
Great job by Patterson, feeling that presence on the right-hand side. Lee just sneaking through, but also seeing the man coverage in the back end where the defenders covering the Michigan wide receivers were locked in on them, allowing the quarterback run.
Still think Shea Patterson is a
That's
bum.
great job by Shea Patterson on the conversion.
And excellent balance by Harbaugh and Josh Gaddis, the offensive coordinator, and they're getting a ton of yards on the ground on first
All right, there we
down
go.
plays.
Let's keep moving
Hassan
that ball.
Haskins into Alabama
Haskins.
territory. 8 more yards.
And Greg, the options that you have when you are ahead of the chains on first down are enormous in terms of your array of play calls. And I'll say this. Pete Golden, the defensive coordinator at Alabama, his number one concern was the mobile quarterback. It wasn't receivers. It wasn't necessarily the run game. It was how do we contain number 2?
They're doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage against the physical front.
Running on second down and 3. Haskins brought down a yard shy of the line to gain, so it'll be 3rd down and 1.
And you see Pete Golding, the defensive coordinator for Alabama, just trying to challenge his guys. They're limited because of their youth and their inexperience, so there's only a certain amount of play calls that he has access to. They got to find a way to stop the run regardless.
And Patterson going to keep it here.
Patterson with the first down.
So that's 2 times here on this possession that Shea Patterson has been able to keep the drive going with his feet.
And this is a shot down right here. Plus 40, 1st and 10. Patterson just did a nice job with his legs on 3rd and short. Get your good personnel on the field and find an opportunity to take a shot downfield. Wouldn't be surprised to see heavy play action. See if they can create a one-on-one against Alabama safeties in coverage.
It is play action, and here comes the shot. Everybody covered, though. Patterson
Flag on the play.
trying to dump it off there as a flag flies through the hands of
On an
Bell.
incomplete pass.
But he was going to throw that ball downfield. There were 2 Wolverines, including tight end Sean McEwen, going deep.
Holding, number 75, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
And you see Runyon there with that left arm wrapped around the Alabama defender. Very obvious call.
Gotta be smarter than that, man. Gotta be smarter than that. Come on.
Tackle. You can't get away with anything if you're the left tackle, knowing that that center judge has got to do two things: spot the ball and watch the left tackle in the end of the line of scrimmage. That time, with no attached tight end, Runyon easily called there for the holding penalty on the shot play.
And it was going to be Nico Collins who was going to be targeted there. It was going deep. Play action and a quick throw.
There we go.
First down catch by Bell.
Oh, there we go. Got the first down. On a 1st and 20, got the first down. We are now at 1st and 10. Let's go. And we are in field goal range.
Michigan running the ball with great effectiveness, so Golding trying to ramp up the pressure just a little bit defensively, which allows Bell to work one-on-one coverage against Maiden. He does a great job after the catch, creating additional yards.
Ronnie Bell, a sophomore from Kansas City. And now Patterson throwing again, lobbing it down the sideline.
Oh!
Intended for Peoples-Jones, but Patrick Surtain had really good coverage. Excellent sophomore corner from Plantation, Florida.
And he is so long. He's 6'2", every bit of it. And look at the right arm here, extending. That is a tiny window for Shea Patterson to drop that ball into.
And Peoples-Jones.
The tug there. Yeah, really nicely done. I mean, a lot of contact there, but usually in a bang-bang jump ball situation,
I'm an 11-year-old
you're not going to get
kid.
that
I
call.
tricked you. I'm 11.
Looked like there was contact by both
Trev.
guys.
By the way, I have to go.
Surtain's
Are you
dad,
live tomorrow?
longtime Miami
I am
Dolphin.
live tomorrow, as well as today.
Spin out of the tackle, gets shoved back at the 24-yard line by Federian Mathis, who made his first career start in the Iron Bowl. Look at Patterson since a slow start. Had a touchdown pass to Eubanks.
Tomorrow I'm live for the Pistons and Clippers, and then today I got Oregon, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Baylor.
Got to think he's going to try to work this matchup here with Ronnie Bell. Man coverage yet again with pressure coming off the left side from Alabama.
How about they've run 20 more plays?
And then on Friday I am off.
This is the 36th play.
I got to get ready for the playoffs, and plus I have work.
Alabama bringing pressure. They rush 4. Patterson leaving the pocket. Pointing. And throwing complete to the 15-yard line. A flag down. Ronnie Bell. Did he go out of bounds on his own? That, I'm assuming, is the call here. If you're pushed out, blocked out, you can come back in. But if you go out on your own, you can't come back in and be the first guy to touch the ball.
Illegal touching, number 8, offense. Getting the down, the receiver voluntarily went out of bounds, returned to the field to play, and was the first player to touch the pass. That's a loss of down at the previous spot. 3rd down.
And Alabama changed up their defensive look, and you see that right foot clearly out of bounds there for Ronnie Bell. It's a great job by the officials. Of course, like the official said, you can be forced out, come back in, and make a play on the football, but when you go out voluntarily, they're going to make the call. Excellent job by the side.
All right, 4th and 6.
Tossing his hat.
7:21. Michigan going to a field goal.
A 42-yard attempt. Nordine made one from 36 yards in the first quarter.
The kick is up, and the kick is good.
So Michigan extends the lead to 6 midway through the second quarter here in Orlando.
It is 13-7. Michigan with a 6-point advantage. So we got some breaking news. Buckeyes cornerback Jeff Okudah announces he is entering the NFL draft.
he went
Off.
He went off in that one.
The Tom Brady that we've seen for what, however long now. And we
What's
really
going
kinda
on,
just saw a
Dwayne
couple of
Boatwright?
times in college.
Happy New Year's to you as
Sean
well,
Sanders
brother.
on the opposite sideline, he said, so I didn't know who Tom Brady was at that point, but I knew.
I appreciate that, brother.
Play.
Hopefully you don't work too hard, though.
And then just months later was a 6th
Hopefully it's
round
an
draft pick
easier
by the
day today,
Patriots, and the rest
being
is
a
history.
holiday.
Another touchback will come out to the 25, Tom.
Guys, Josh Gaddis, the offensive coordinator down here after 2 back-to-back red zone trips resulting in field goals, told his offense, listen, guys, this isn't basketball. We're not beating Alabama with threes. And, you know, we all watched the Fiesta Bowl, didn't we? So for Michigan
I
to really
appreciate
pull in
that,
this
Dwayne.
thing, they're going to have to score on their opportunities when they cross the 25.
Gridiron Blitz is live, so definitely give him a
Ohio
thumbs
State,
up as
along
well.
with, Trevor Lawrence in that game against Clemson.
He's okay.
Right now, Michigan is really dominating the game, though. Almost 250 yards of offense to Alabama's 150, so got to continue it.
Here's Judy out in space, getting a block from Devontae Smith, and close to a first down as we check in with John Brickley in the studio.
Dave, thank you very much.
Nope. I do got to mute it for the studio update. And the Gophers take a 17-10 lead. 6:17 remaining in that ball game.
Love that.
Well, in the first half, I
Let
should
it
say.
all. Don't leave anything going into the offseason. Go for it on 4th down and go at the 1 as Harris picks up the first down for Alabama.
All I hear is Brent Musburger and Dan Fouts and the water boy right there. It's the last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back now. You know, that's all I hear right there as soon as you just wax poetic about the final game of the year. Of course, Bobby Boucher led the Mud Dogs.
Hey, that's what's up. Congratulations, Dwayne, on your first 50 subscribers. On the way to 100.
So you're saying this is like a big twist in this movie that I need to prepare for. There's pressure off the edge. Jones gets it away to Judy, and look out.
Judy with a first down.
By that defender who had the angle. How about that move? Ambry Thomas had the
Ball
angle.
to the, I
and then
believe,
Jerry
35.
Judy turned on the Jets and ran right by him. 18 yards.
I love the pressure by Don Brown, but I love Mac Jones' ability to slide left just a little bit, buy a little more time, keeping his eyes downfield, knowing he's going to get hit, knowing he's short in protection, and delivering an accurate throw to Judy. That's advanced level football for Mac Jones.
Yeah, the 45 of Michigan.
Had a great year at Oklahoma as they run Harris here, and he gets down to about the 40. And Judy's year, at least from a production standpoint, wasn't what it was last year when he won the Biletnikoff, and some of that is because of the guys around him. But I'm trying to think of a guy that I've seen this talented the last few years at his position.
He's so smooth. And we talk, I think Devontae Smith is like Marvin Harrison. I think Henry Ruggs is Deshaun Jackson. I think Jerry Judy's a mix of the two. Really, really fast and really explosive.
Play fake here. Jones steps up, throws a deep ball. Judy beat his guy, and that's going to be
Oh, got a flag on the play. Possible pass interference on 24 of Michigan.
That Judy didn't come back and catch the ball and score a touchdown.
Pass interference, number 24, defense. 15
Hill is a guilty party.
That's an automatic first down.
Yeah, easy call from the officials, but frankly, if I'm Lavert Hill, that's a good penalty.
Sure.
I mean, you get beat, it's either a 15-yard penalty or it's a touchdown. Which one do you want? So I'm okay with him doing that. You just can't get beat that badly off the line of scrimmage as his defensive coordinator looks on. Is that a good plan so far for this Alabama offense?
Don Brown is a Broyles award candidate.
Keep an eye on Waddle. He's in the slot. Here he comes motioning across.
And then they release him. Jones, though, throwing it downfield, incomplete. Trying to hit Devontae Smith.
When Waddle's in the game, your antenna has to go up. Not all that unlike Giles Jackson for Michigan. When 17's on the field, they're going to try to find a way to get him the football. That time they motion him across, try to sneak him out in the flat. Clearly Michigan dialed into his presence there on the motion and did a good job of taking him away, forcing Mac Jones to throw it to number 2 on the comeback.
Had that phenomenal game against
Got
Auburn.
another year to scout him.
Team's player of the year in the SEC. Had a kick return against Auburn. Had a punt return for a touchdown this year. 6 receiving touchdowns. Harris trying to get the corner here on Metellus. And he gets to him at the 21-yard line. It'll be third down.
Third down, 5:05.
Third about 5.
Good job of making this third down a little more manageable.
3rd and 5, second quarter.
Without Judy on the field right now for Alabama.
Alabama is 0 for 3 on third down.
On the critical down and distance. Instead, looks like Waddle, Ruggs, and Smith.
What's going on, Toxic Daryl? Says touchdown Auburn
Here in a stack of
on
linemen.
4th down. Let's go.
Waddle's on the motion.
That's
here,
what's
moving
up.
Across the football. Let's see if they move him.
Now somebody moved that wasn't supposed to. Not the kind of movement you were talking about, but movement nonetheless. It draws a penalty.
False start, number 69, offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
So Landon Dickerson, the center. So now you're at 3rd and 10. Alabama
3rd and 10.
already 0 for 3 on third down, and now you're 3rd and 1.
And you've watched Landon Dickerson kind of fall out of his stance a little bit. Pretty good recovery. It's usually a big guy like that's going to go.
So Toxic Daryl, is that 17 all now?
Hanging in there, but got to be mindful of the snap count on the critical down and distance.
So 3rd down and 10. And Jones from the pocket senses pressure and throws it away as he was about to get smoked by Aiden Hutchinson.
All right,
And
4th
the flag
down.
is
There is a
And
flag on the
Jones
play.
got hard by Hutchinson. Was pleading his case, but isn't going to win this one.
Possible pass, roughing the passer call.
What do you think?
It's a really physical hit, and it is high.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 97, defense. Half the distance.
Let's bring Dave Kataya. Dave, I want to get your take on this here.
First down.
Well, the hit's not late,
Right.
and it's high, but it's not at the helmet. The only thing they could possibly
All right,
see
that's
on
what's
that
up.
is using his body weight.
Hey, that's
to
a good
drive
game,
him into
folks.
The ground, which is the new point of emphasis in the rules this year.
And there it is. You look at him turn it over and use that body weight to drive Mac Jones into the turf, trying to protect the quarterback. Huge emphasis in our game.
Jim Harbaugh wanted grounding on Mac Jones. Michigan has maybe too many guys on the field right now. Did you see grounding possibly there by Mac Jones?
Second charge timeout.
All right, Michigan has 1 remaining timeout. Alabama has all 3. Alabama is firmly in the red zone with 4:06 remaining. Down only 6. I have a 3-team money line parlay with Bama, Auburn, Oregon. Not looking good right now. So I will be doing Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia and Baylor. We will be kicking off Wild Card Weekend with the Bills and the Texans Saturday at 4:30. I mean, that one's such a coin flip. I do like a few people in that game on both teams.
It's been a real nice surprise in what is an exciting AFC race to the finish.
But this is my home team, Michigan Wolverines.
Personal foul against Hutchinson, and wow,
they just allowed him to get a 4-yard gain, 3-yard gain.
Been really physical,
straight up the middle.
Second down.
Greg, I think that's been the difference on both sides of the ball for these two teams. Michigan's just been better up front, more physical within their defensive front and within their offensive front.
They've done a really good job of controlling the tempo of the game and creating yardage when available.
Like, I like Oregon's quarterback. I like Wisconsin's running back. Oh my goodness. Touchdown, Alabama. And he flew in for the last 3 yards. Shout out to Najee Harris.
It's a great effort by Najee Harris. He has gone vertical so many times this year. Most of the time he clears the defender. That time the defender gets a piece. However, he stretches that left arm out and breaks the plane. Najee Harris earning that touchdown. Beautiful job also by the end of the line of scrimmage on the left-hand side, securing the edge and allowing Harris to have one-on-one opportunities at the second level.
Another in a long line of great backs at Alabama. Derrick Henry, who won the Heisman and was the rushing champ in the NFL this year. Josh Jacobs, first-round pick of the Raiders, could be the offensive rookie of the year. Najee Harris, who's a junior, might this be his last game, though, as a member of the Crimson Tide. The extra point by Bullivus gives Alabama a 1-point lead. There's a penalty marker down, though. 12th rushing touchdown for Najee Harris this year. Also had 7 receiving touchdowns, a Bama record for a running back.
Offside, number 1, defense. That penalty is declined. The extra point is good.
All right. Alabama took a 1-point lead in this ball game. It is 14-13. So I'll be your home for NFL playoffs as well as the Super Bowl. We got Oregon and Wisconsin next, followed by Georgia and Baylor tonight. Also, we have 2 NBA games on the list, the Pistons and Clippers and Pistons and Lakers. I will be off on Friday due to work. And I will be getting, by Saturday or Sunday, I will have my next week's schedule written out as well for you guys. Hopefully by then I will have a community tab. I am still waiting on my community tab. Touchdown Minnesota. So it's 24-17. What is going on, Chops? Chops is in the building. Hopefully you had a very happy new year. Health and wealth for the new year, brother. Chop says hangover, man.
Still a lot more to go until the championship. Fair catch by Jackson. It will come out to the 25.
I did have a few dillies last night. There's some copyright music I do have to mute for. What is going on? Merlin Grant says, hey, Happy New Year.
Had the greatest numbers so far today, but he's been accurate and decisive with the football and has some timely rushes to keep some drives alive. He's done a pretty nice job against this Alabama defense.
They're down 3.5 minutes to go. One timeout remaining.
I put an Alka-Seltzer in my beer, and I'm feeling a little bit better.
Gonna throw it here, and going up high to make the catch is Nico.
What a catch. What a catch.
Joe, who's a big corner at 6'1", 200 pounds, but Collins 6'4", 220.
Collins
Big body wide receiver.
had a
This is good job on the
gigantic
RPO.
catch.
Shea Patterson can either run the football, or if he has one
Corner was all over him.
receiver, he can throw it to him. A good
It
job
still
on the
was
back
able
shoulder,
to
nice
maintain.
accurate
Oh, they got, what do you call it?
And then offside with Justin Eboigbe creating
Yep,
contact
offsides on the Alabama.
with the Michigan offensive lineman.
Offside. 92 defense coming across the neutral zone, causing the offense to false start. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Some smart play, too, by Jalen Mayfield. When a guy jumps like that into the neutral zone, just come out of your stance. You're going to get the offside call.
I appreciate that.
5 for Michigan near midfield.
Health and wealth for the new year.
And Patterson will give it to Haskins. It's maybe 3 before he's brought down. Tackle made by Anthony Jones.
All right, 2nd and 2.
It's important here, too, for Michigan to be mindful of the clock. You don't want to give it back to Alabama with a lot of time left.
Run it again here and able to get
Got the first down.
Hassan Haskins. Christian Harris got him to the ground, but again, you see offensive lineman downfield. That was Bredesen.
I like the tempo that Michigan's playing with. It is a
Oh,
two-minute
Chops, I hope that
situation,
we
so
can pull this out, too.
having to be very
It'll be their
smart
first
with the
signature
football
win
for Shea Patterson, but no need to be in a huge hurry
against
to
a
take
real
that play.
team.
They run it again. One-on-one here on the perimeter. Oh, nice tackle because
Ball
that
at
was
the
a sweet
40.
move. Joe made the play on Haskins. Stayed put there. Haskins tried to juke him. And Job, who again is starting for Trayvon Diggs, electing not to play in this game today, the senior corner for Alabama, has hung in there, done a decent job.
We got some one-on-one coverage here. Alabama looking like they're going to play man coverage. Shea Patterson could have an opportunity.
I am going for my
for a fade, but it's
hometown,
done to
Michigan
Peoples-Jones on the
Wolverines.
slot fade.
Instead, they're going to run it. Nowhere to go for Haskins, wrapped up by Harris and Davis.
Haskins just got to the line of field goal
Michigan
target.
with just one timeout left.
Oh my goodness, this is an RPO, and goodness, look at the jump that Peoples-Jones gets. That's a touchdown. You got to throw that. That was the fade we circled a second ago.
And they run it here on 3rd down and short, and a nice tackle made at the point of attack by Christian Harris.
All right, it's 4th down.
You go for it here if you're Michigan. It looks like the decision's already been made by Jim Harbaugh to go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Alabama's a nickel, and that's what they've been taking advantage of defensively within the front 7. That's where Michigan's advantage has been in the run game.
Be a long field goal, obviously, from here.
Either way, though, if you're Michigan, drain that clock.
Yep.
Know that you're trying to steal 3 points at the end of the half.
Don't want to drain too much of the clock, though, because you want to have enough time to maybe give yourself an opportunity at a touchdown. If you pick up the first down, obviously, which...
Oh, come on! It's going to depend on the spot.
Tapped up at the 35-yard line. Anthony Jennings, the first man to greet him in the hole.
Oh, they gave it to us! They gave it to us! First and 10. Michigan with the ball still.
A little bit of miscommunication between Patterson and Mason at the end of the line of scrimmage.
Patterson to the air here. Looking. Now in trouble. Davis chasing him. Patterson gets out of there. Throws it downfield. Dangerous.
Oh.
Josh
Job almost got the interception.
The tight end broke up what was going to be an interception by Job.
Hey, I can't wait for that Tigers Bowl.
Patterson. Not only did he just take off about 15 seconds on the clock by scrambling.
I think it's going to be a good game, the national title game.
As soon as it's dead, dump it. Only bad things can happen at that point. Unless a guy's screaming wide open, throw it away as soon as you can to conserve some of those valuable seconds that just drained off the clock.
All right, second and 10, 19 seconds remaining in the first half.
53-yarder from here. Nordine's one this year is 49. Patterson.
Ah, come on.
Michigan's going to have to use a timeout.
Yeah, they got to use their final timeout. Darn it.
They're out of field goal range, one would think here, but they're not using
Why
it.
are you...
Harbaugh's going to take it down to 3 seconds.
Why would you take it down to 3 seconds? You could have gave yourself at least one more shot.
He wouldn't call timeout and
if nothing happened, guess what? Then you go and kick the field goal. But you gave yourself one more shot for a touchdown. And you have 2 down, so it would have been 4th and 14 if you got an incomplete pass. What are you doing, Jim Harbaugh?
He has enough leg. It's just he's a little inconsistent right and left. I think Jim Harbaugh's got to be fuming about that ball that Shea Patterson handed off when he could have hit Donovan Peoples-Jones on a shot play and one-on-one down the field, which was a walk-in touchdown if he throws
Hey, I
it,
can see that 49-42 in the national title game.
And you just try to take a shot towards the end zone with your kicker.
It does. We talked, this year 47-yard does have a 55-yarder in his career, but this is 57.
Yeah, and if I'm Alabama, I'm going to call timeout, freeze him, and then I'm going to put.
All right, Michigan, we need to go get what do you call it? Matt Prater.
I love that idea. We'll see if
he can hit a 63-yarder. This one's from 57 by Quinn Norden.
So let's see. Does he bring Waddle in? I love that idea, Greg, and the chances of the kick being
all right. Alabama takes their first timeout with 3 seconds remaining. It is 3rd and 14.
Just having the 10 guys at the line trying to go, rather than having everybody up there trying to block it.
Yeah, I mean, the likelihood of getting a block is obviously pretty small, but from a longer distance.
Yeah, I can see Clemson pulling out.
6'7" guy in Raekwon Davis that can stretch out and maybe get a piece of it, knowing that the kick is a little deeper. Is going to take.
I mean, but then there and again, I can see also LSU pull out as well too. So I think that game is going to be. I think that's a good matchup.
In Jalen Waddle's hands, one additional time. Exactly. I'm going to take advantage of that.
However, you can get it done.
Yeah, and guys, watching Nordine kick his last 46-yarder, that ball crossed the uprights.
And I will say this, I do not want to face Ohio State next year. They are going to play mad, folks, all year long. They will have a revenge tour. And the kick is up. The kick is good. Let's go, Michigan. A 57-yarder. Taking a 16-14 lead at half. I have got to give it up for the kicker. Just barely. If it would have been 58 yards, he would have not got that, folks.
The second half.
Oh, we're not doing a very good job of playing our gaps up front. We're not doing a very good job of tackling. We got a lot of missed tackles. They made a couple big plays on a couple tricks, but we did play well in the red zone and got them stopped. But we got to play better in the second half, no doubt.
Good offensive series for you, resulting in a touchdown there at the end of the second quarter. How do you sustain more consistency on offense?
Well, that's where we've not been effective. I mean, I think we got to be able to run the ball. We started running the ball a little bit better. That'll open up the passing game a little bit for us, and we got to separate. You know, they're playing a lot of close coverage, and we got good receivers. I got to separate.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Tom.
All right, that was Nick Saban, folks. It is halftime. I am going to take a halftime break, but I will be in the chat, folks. So if you want to chat it up, what is going on, Detroit Legends Sportscast? My brother, Happy New Year's, health and wealth for the new year. And Willie, we got people showing the game, man. That's why we got only 10 people in the chat. Should have known. I understand your excitement, brother, but any chance you could turn down your microphone? Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me, how is that? Should have known. Is that better? I do got to figure out how to bring down the volume on the actual computer instead of my software, because I'm already getting real low. But let me know how my audio is on my microphone. I appreciate that. Should have known for bringing that to my attention. Maybe I'll put it there. Is this better? Yeah, Willie. There is a few of them, brother. But I am going to take a quick halftime break. I will be back, folks. I will be in the chat to chat it up with you guys, though. All right, all right. What is going on, everybody? I am back. We are getting ready to get set for the for the start of the second half.
It's been able to move the ball at will in that
What's
regard.
going on, Loren Ryder? How's it going?
For Michigan, and that's
Says,
what
let's go
Alabama
Michigan.
allowed
Absolutely.
per game during the season, which was the
They
worst
do have a 2-point
in 20 years.
advantage over the Alabama
Wolverines
Crimson
on
Tide,
pace
and the
for
kick is
600
up.
yards of offense, but again, just a 2-point lead. And we will start the second half with
We
a
got a
touchback.
touchback.
Alabama will have the ball on its 25 as we take a look at our position.
Jerry Jeudy with an 85-yard opening play. That was a crazy first half, folks.
To establish the line of scrimmage by running the football, and I would expect the same
So
approach
ball
from
is at the
Alabama.
25.
To try to get Najee Harris going a little bit.
And they will give it to Harris.
Oh, got him.
Down for a loss by Aiden Hutchinson.
Got him on a 3-yard loss.
Well, guys, that's the difference right there in the football game. Alabama's not been able to consistently run the football, but Michigan has. And with Michigan's approach offensively, Alabama's been out of their gaps. They've missed tackles. We're not accustomed to seeing Alabama defense.
Anybody let me know
play
how,
well versus the
if
run,
my
at least not
microphone is still
consistently.
too
And
loud.
that has
I
got to
did turn
stop
it down a
in
little bit.
in the second
I
half
do
here.
have my
They get off
halftime on.
schedule with that
Sorry
negative
about
play,
that, guys.
and then Jones in trouble. Wow, somehow loves
Oh,
past
got the first
45-yard
down.
line, but the fact that Jones was able to hang in there, complete that pass, showed a lot.
Yeah, this is a great job stepping up in the pocket. As you see, the Michigan defense just collapsed the pocket.
Look at that catch.
It's an unbelievable catch. Obviously, ball's a little low, and you see that's a contested catch against Daxton Hill, the freshman.
Turn it up
Ruggs
just
with
a
so
touch.
much speed,
All right.
though, showing off those soft hands and strong hands as the defender was able to get a hand on the football.
How was that?
They go back to the ground, and Harris with a crease.
Oh, got the first down.
Break away from Glasgow. He probably scores. So a touchdown-saving tackle there, because you knew that Harris had that second gear he was about to turn on, as it is a 10-yard run.
Alabama really needs to emphasize
Good meat. Okay.
that running the
Appreciate
football
that,
mentality,
AT.
because it sets up play action. And here on 1st and 10 and plus yards, wouldn't be shocked to see Alabama try to dial up a shot play.
There is play action, and he's looking deep. Jones taking a shot for Devontae Smith. It's
Oh, my goodness.
Alabama.
Alabama with the opening drive touchdown. Devontae Smith with a 42-yard touchdown reception.
42-yard bomb by Jones to Devontae Smith. That is the 14th receiving touchdown for Smith this year. 5th in the country coming into this game in that
We got
category.
ourselves a ball game, folks.
And Mac Jones with 2 touchdown passes. I know he's not Tua, but he's a guy to keep an eye on next year if he's the quarterback at Alabama.
The kick is up. The kick is
Really
good.
Throws on this possession.
Alabama takes a 21-16 lead. Appreciate the 9 in the building. You guys are truly awesome. After this game, we got the Oregon Ducks at the Wisconsin Badgers, followed by the Georgia Bulldogs at the Baylor Bears. We got a fun and interesting night today. Tomorrow we got the Pistons at the Clippers. Friday I am off. We got 2 NFL playoff games on Saturday, followed by 2 NFL playoff games on Sunday. And to cap Sunday off, we got the Pistons at the Lakers. So not only do we have an action-packed week, we also have an action-packed weekend, folks. You don't want to miss out. I will be doing the national title game on January 13th. Do want to wish each and every single one of you a very happy new year. Health and wealth for the new year. After the Super Bowl, I will be doing more basketball, NBA, and college. And I will be your home for March Madness, folks.
Had a chance to win it with a two-point conversion at the end. Everybody kind of forgot about Clemson, but the Tigers have been almost as good as LSU offensively since that ball game. Short kickoff. Giles Jackson for Michigan past the 10. He's got the 25. Can he get the edge? They finally get
all right, ball at the 37, 36-yard line.
Touchdown from Alabama is a beautiful design. You have the stack alignment, which allows Ruggs to essentially clear out the free safety. Watch the reaction by Daxton Hill cutting that, which allows the one-on-one on the out route and up. Little out and pump. See him turn his head to the outside to create a little bit more separation. A really nice throw from Mac Jones, slightly inside. But an excellent adjustment by Devontae Smith securing the catch and finding pay dirt. Really nice design on the shot play from Steve Sarkisian.
Alabama's had two big passing plays for scores. The one to Judy to start the game. As here is a backwards pass to Bell. And Bell has room.
Oh, we got a first down. Possible flag on the play. Hold on.
At the 48-yard line, everybody's okay, but man, quite a collision
in front of the
flag.
All right.
And a huge collision. I like the idea. You ran it with effectiveness early. Now,
Yo, college football, you always got to expect flags on the play.
And you throw one out into the flat to Bell, who's got a lot of explosiveness.
Oh,
and you see the
they possibly could throw a flag on that.
And
the shoulder to the helmet.
Forcible contact, Dave Kataya?
The player's defenseless. He's starting to go down. I'm surprised they're not taking a look at it, at least to review it.
Nope.
They can't now.
All right.
And good hands that time to deflect it. Byron Young, true freshman defensive end out of Mississippi. He's getting blocked and still got a hand up, knocked it down.
And back to the original question of targeting, they would have to determine whether or not the player was in fact defenseless. If you're a runner, you're not defenseless. But if they felt as though he was going down and then Josh Jobe launched towards the head or neck area, then that would be considered targeting. Clearly, they felt that at that point, Bell was not
slipping.
a defenseless player. Therefore, there was no targeting. The only way there would have been
that's
targeting
all right.
is if he would
Let
have
him play.
initiated contact with the crown of the helmet. In that particular case, it was with the shoulder.
You're going to put Katai out of business here, Greg, if you keep this up.
Me and him we're just talking here. We're just talking ball, talking officiating.
73 offense.
Yeah, the bottom
5-yard penalty.
is
Still second
that.
down.
All right.
The defensive
5-yard
definitions
penalty
are not
on
all
false
inclusive.
start.
If it's a player's in a defenseless position, that can be determined defenseless. To me, he was in a defenseless position.
So we're being told that they're telling our truck that they thought it was incidental contact. That's curious. They didn't feel that the receiver was not going into a slide and therefore not defenseless. How about incidental contact, though? On 3rd down and 7, Patterson's pass is caught.
All right, we got it.
Oh! At the end, they're going to rule that it's a catch and that Giles Jackson was
they got the catch.
McKinney, and so it is a 1st down for the Wolverines.
Here's going to be a good one for Dave to see if he completes the act of the catch.
Well, he definitely caught it. The question is, did McKinney punch it out before he went down?
Yeah, and of course, if it is in fact a catch and then ruled potentially a fumble, then you would have to see if there was an immediate recovery.
Michigan needs to snap the ball here.
And they do. Patterson stepping up, throws a deep ball. And way overthrown, going for Peoples-Jones. Josh Jobe again in coverage.
All right, so both
Greg,
sides got away with.
For whatever reason, Michigan has totally abandoned the run game.
Yeah, they used it as a decoy on the first snap.
With a review.
They just faked it and threw it out to Ronnie Bell, but that was their bread and butter.
Sure.
In the first half of this football game, so you would think they'd get back to it sooner than later.
Early 3rd quarter here at the Verbo Citrus Bowl. First game of the new year. 2 iconic programs. 2 of the top 4 winningest of all
Gain
time.
of about 1.
Haskins off left tackle gets maybe a yard. Michigan trying to get its 10th win of the season. Alabama looking for win number 11 on the year.
Big 3rd down here from Michigan. Trying to extend this drive and trying to get a quick snap or at least take a picture of what Alabama's trying to do defensively. And that's what they'll do. They'll take a picture, get a good look. And Alabama in this look, it looks like they're trying to double cover the slot receiver, Ronnie Bell. There's 2 defenders that are over the top, but as soon as Michigan checks, it looks like Alabama's going to make a check as well.
Pressure coming off the edge. And
got him.
Xavier McKinney just way too
Got him.
fast off the edge. The first team All-SEC safety with the takedown back at the 41.
4th down.
His responsibility is to block inside out. And unfortunately, stays far too long on the inside, and he can't get out there in time to get a piece of McKinney.
McKinney was
barely
unguarded
full
on that
speed
sack.
towards the back of Shea Patterson. That was a good job by Golden, the defensive coordinator, and an excellent tackle by Xavier McKinney, but an unfortunate lapse in protection for Haskins.
So Robbins to punt it. Jalen Waddle is deep, and it almost got blocked. In fact, it did. It did get deflected. Ale Cajo with his 3rd block of the season for Alabama, and it only ends up being a 19-yard.
All right, ball's going to be at the 40-yard line when we return. Alabama has the ball. Hopefully, guys can stay tuned for Oregon and Wisconsin next, as well as Georgia and Baylor.
Waddle need to get going a little bit. If you look at Waddle, he only has 1 target and 0 reception. That target was a drop on a 3rd down. We're against man coverage. He's their most explosive weapon, and at some point they're going to start featuring him in the passing game.
It'll be a swing pass to Ruggs, and Michigan was all over it. Ruggs dropped at the line of scrimmage. Glasgow and Cameron McGrone able to chase him down. And that's a win for Michigan, considering a 1st down. Alabama has thrown for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Greg, that's good film study by Michigan on defense, knowing the personnel, formation, the motion, what was going to come of it, area of the field. Really well done by Don Brown's group.
6th in the country in total defense. The Wolverines. Robinson gets the carry. We haven't called his name very often. Cameron McGrone and Uche team up on the tackle there for Michigan. It'll be 3rd and long.
And McGrone has done such a great job this year. Really his first time receiving significant action. He's got a little bit of Devin Bush in him. Now, is he as fast? Probably not. Is he as instinctive at this point of his career? Probably not. But he has an extremely bright future there at middle linebacker. He's been the backbone. He's an eraser at the 2nd level for the Wolverines defense.
Alabama still has not converted on 3rd down today. Only 3 attempts. On 3rd and 7, Jones gets hit as he throws it deep for Ruggs. And Ruggs can't come up with it, incomplete.
And it is 4th and 7.
Either Ruggs is injured or in disbelief that he didn't hang out of the ball, but it looks like the former. He's shaken up. Mac Jones again still makes a pretty darn good throw down the field facing pressure.
But we referenced Uche. At some point, he's going to have to make an impact on this game.
Ruggs
and there he is, right
injured.
On cue.
Being
A couple plays
by,
later in an obvious passing situation,
personnel.
he's able to deliver a big hit that caused Mac Jones to deliver the ball just slightly off target to the inside.
And you see a player like Ruggs go down, and this is what a lot of college players point to for the reason that many of them sit out, as they see a player like Henry Ruggs, who is a likely 1st-round draft pick, getting injured.
I hope he's okay. Just landed awkwardly on that football there on the left side, and he's had some injury history this year. He's been a little banged up throughout the course of the season, had some rib issues and some other problems. So you have to wonder if he landed on the football and might have caused some irritation to his midsection.
I do like the fact that, again, hopefully Ruggs okay, that for the most part, both these teams are well represented by the guys that have an opportunity to go to the NFL. Josh Uche for Michigan has already announced he's going to go pro. He could have gotten another year. He's a senior, but he could have gotten another year because he had a medical redshirt back in 2016. All the Alabama guys saved 2 starters on defense. Terrell Lewis and Trayvon Diggs, although Diggs is a senior. But everybody else
up to
is
Ruggs.
going.
You got to appreciate that. I mean, that's a reference to culture, and hey, everyone's got their own circumstances, and if you feel you're best suited by going and beginning your training for the NFL, by all means, I get it. I just couldn't imagine passing up on the opportunity to play with my guys one more time. You know, my final game was in this stadium, and it's one of the best memories I've ever had in my entire life. And I really hope the guys that
you don't
do
want Nick
decide
Saban to coach the
forego
Bears.
the opportunity to
Just
play
go
in the
look
bowl
at
game.
his
I hope down the road they don't
Miami
regret it.
Dolphins
They probably
record.
won't. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, I don't think played
He's
in the
good
bowl
where
game.
he's
Leonard
at.
Fournette
He's
didn't play in
winning.
the bowl game, but for the most part, it's just I love the
And it's
idea
gonna
that
go
these
down
guys
as
are
best,
committed and are giving it their best
greatest
effort here on New Year's
college
Day.
Well,
head
you have a
coach
player
in
Dylan Moses, who's hurt, who
college
couldn't play
football.
anyway, but he told Nick Saban this week, said, I want to come back. We have unfinished business. I know I could go to the NFL, probably be a 1st-round draft pick, but I want to go for one more run with the guys. Good punt. It does check up, though, take a Michigan bounce all the way back near the 20-yard line.
Ball at the
Well, you can take an inside look at the
18-yard line.
Michigan takes over early 3rd, trailing by 5. Shea Patterson. His completion percentage has not been great all year, but he's made timely plays all year, including in this game. And he hasn't turned the ball over really all year. And neither in this game. Charbonnet gets the carry running to the right. He's out to the 24, brought down by Jared Maiden.
And that's a big reason for his play in the second half of the season. Those turnover woes that happened in the first few games, they've gone by the wayside. And that's all a reflection on comfort. He was in a new offense. This is your last year, too. You want to make it special. And I feel like he was pressing, trying to do too much. Once he settled in and started to see the field a little better, was a little more accurate, and developed more of a rapport with his receivers, he's played really excellent down the stretch.
On 2nd and 4. Giles Jackson on the end around, and he loses a yard of the play.
Well, guys, just an update on Henry Ruggs. He is being evaluated in the tent right now. He is unlikely to return, in the words of an Alabama official. Not saying if it's a lower body situation, but he's being evaluated. If I get more, I'll pass it along.
All right, Tom, thanks. Hopefully Henry's able to return. Ruggs a terrific player.
All right, big time third down.
Fast and dynamic. Couldn't come up with that catch. Would have put Alabama in the red zone. Now Michigan faced with 3rd and 5. Patterson, long throw.
Ooh, there we go. Got it.
Down. That's Ronnie Bell with Surtain in coverage, hanging on to the ball.
Really like this route by Ronnie Bell. Is a nice throw, too, and a great job in protection. How about Charbonnet stepping up in the A-gap and making his presence felt? They motioned Bell down to the stack, which created a little more separation. It was a good throw and catch for the conversion.
Greg, that's kind of giving Alabama a little dose of their own medicine. They love to do the exact same thing in their bunch and stack looks.
Midway through the quarter, Patterson going down the seam, and he overshot the receiver again. Going for Ronnie Bell, was well covered by Shaheem Carter and Josh Jobe.
If there's one area where Shea Patterson really needs to improve, is his deep ball accuracy. I mean, there have been so many times throughout the course of the season where he's overthrown wide receivers. Look, if anything, underthrow the wide receiver. Give them a chance. But when you miss guys by 5 and 6 yards down the field, they're never going to have a chance to get their hands on the football, and that's one area where he really needs to tighten it up because they've left some big plays on the field.
Charbonnet running, and Surtain in run support makes the hit. Short gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. Patterson's a senior, and either of you think he has a chance to play at the next level?
Yeah, I do. I think he's got enough skill. He's got a great athletic build, can move. He's almost a perfect backup quarterback in some ways because he can run around and create some problems. You just got to tighten up a few things with his delivery and his accuracy, especially in the NFL, how often they require you to throw the ball down the field.
But his last game at Michigan, 3rd and 8. Stands in the pocket.
Come on.
Really intercepted. Bell couldn't hang on, and then Jordan Battle. I don't know if in the shade he lost it a little bit, but Battle's reaction seemed like maybe he picked it up late.
And Shea Patterson just a little off the mark here. Good anticipated throw. I feel like Bell could have gotten his hands up just a hair earlier. It was as if he wasn't quite ready for the ball to be delivered at that point because
he's got to catch that.
Yeah, that's one you got to have. I just think he was a little late picking it up out of Shea Patterson's hand.
So far, Michigan has not been afraid to punt it at Jalen Waddle. See what they do here. Waddle's under it, and he breaks the tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
Makes the guy miss. Good coverage, though, overall
Ball
by
at the
Michigan.
30,
Wrapping him up at the 35. A 12-yard return after a 46.
Hold on, folks. All right.
Season-ending hip injury. Tua is here and got a crutch under that left arm. Will Tua, who's the number 12 prospect, according to Todd McShay, go to the NFL, or will he come back for one more year in Tuscaloosa? Penalty marker. And talking with Nick Saban, you got the sense that he didn't know. I mean, he thought it could go either way with Tua.
All-star 70 offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
You know, he didn't know, but it was very clear that he liked the process that Tua was taking in terms of educating himself on all of the important factors and the decisions that have to be made and listening to the right people. I think Nick Saban feels confident about that side of it.
Yeah, they're getting as much information as possible, including consulting experts on the hip and whether or not he'll be available come April.
Huge hole for Robinson, got the first down and more into Michigan territory. Pinballs forward all the way to the 45-yard line. Gain of 18 for Brian Robinson.
So much has been made about Najee Harris, but don't forget Brian Robinson. This guy's a freight train. Big body kid from Northport, Alabama, that loves to get north and south. Not quite as dynamic as Najee, but really good north and south.
Robinson in trouble here, going to lose yardage. It was Daxton Hill, true freshman safety, who they really are high on, who was there for Michigan. And Tua, obviously without the injury, is going to be higher on McShay's board. Perhaps number one overall, though Joe Burrow has been so great this year. I mean, look at all the guys that are potentially first-round picks. And Nick said, look, if you're not a top 15 pick, you should be playing in a bowl game.
Mark?
And he actually said,
how's it going, brother?
Other than Tua, nobody else was in terms of the information he's received from scouts. Nobody else top 15.
And there is a possibility that Jerry Jeudy didn't even send in his papers. It's widely assumed that he is a top 15 pick, though.
Mac Jones throwing it away there with some pressure from Hutchinson.
No, guys, I think there's this fear all the time that guys are going to get injured. And instead of really looking at the percentages, your chances of not getting injured far outweigh actually being injured. And it's another opportunity for your resume to be strengthened against a quality opponent, for evaluators to study, to make decisions on you. And I think most guys are really starting to see that right now.
Alabama still 0 for first down on third. Flag down. It's going to be 3rd and 20. Jed Wills, one of the guys on that list for the NFL move.
Start, 74, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
As Jed Wills on the right side, the right tackle, you're going to see him twitch just a little bit right before the snap. Watch his right leg.
Happy New Year.
Just a little twitch.
Welp for the new year,
Good
brother.
job by the official seeing it and making the call.
He had Uche lined up over him, who's got 8.5 sacks on the year.
I don't blame him for twitching early. When that guy's breathing fire off the edge.
Uche playing in his final game.
Yeah, the Kidzillas are
Gotta think Don
are
Brown
in
defensively
prime.
here. You just try to get home with your
Are
front
in prime
four, but
time.
You need to play passive in the back end and see if he drops real deep to make sure that they can tackle Alabama in front of the sticks.
Jones on 3rd down and 20. Dumps it off underneath to Forrestall, and he is brought down. They did get a good chunk of it back, but it is going to be 4th down. Josh Metellus
All right,
made the play
4th down.
for the Wolverines, and he might be banged up a little bit as he comes to the sideline, favoring that right arm. Forrestall missed 4 games because of a voice box injury, but is back playing the bowl game for Alabama.
When are you going to start missing games for that?
I almost did. Your wish almost came true today, pal.
Watch for the fake if you're Michigan's defense here. If Alabama might dial up a fake, but no, not looking like it.
Excellent punt. It goes out of bounds at the 3. This is the 2nd time Bernier has pinned Michigan inside the 3-yard line. Right?
It's
Inside
4
the 5
yard.
anyway. They put it out at the 4. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, recognizing those who strive to rise above the rest. Goodyear, more driven.
What a perfect day for football. They're just picturesque.
And it's so cool. You look at the end zone, you see Michigan on one side,
It's unbelievable.
Alabama on the other.
Goosebumps just thinking about it. I mean, just to see these 2 uniforms on the field and the players that
Oh, man,
occupy
that's
those
crazy,
uniforms
Mark.
and the coaches that are patrolling the sideline. It doesn't get any better than this. It just does not get any better than Michigan and Alabama on New Year's Day on ABC. Gotta love it.
On 1st down, Michigan just going to hand it off to Haskins. And obviously so much history between the 2 programs. There was a great article on ESPN.com chronicling the personalities of Nick Saban and Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh's love for khakis and Judge Judy and going shirtless at a camp in Alabama. And Nick Saban calling out reporters, saying that every time they praise his team, it's rat poison.
It's funny because they both go about it differently, that's for sure.
Yeah, they do. Here's Haskins. Stood up. Maybe 2.
Getting about 2 yards.
One thing about these 2 programs, though, is they're built similar.
Cats are evil.
Both coaches, completely different personalities. Nick Saban, very regimented. Jim Harbaugh, a little more unpredictable.
We are under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd.
For the
3rd
most
and
part,
3.
Teams are trying to be built from inside
Michigan
out.
with
It's built
football.
a physical mindset that
Gotta
we're
convert
gonna compete,
this.
We're going to fight, and we're going to try to win at the line of scrimmage. So both coaches doing it very differently, but the goals of the organization remain the same.
On 3rd down and 3, Patterson dumps it off. And
Oh, yeah.
for Haskins,
Got it to the
that's
20,
25,
to the 30.
not near the 30-yard line. And think how long Nick Saban's been around. He
Ball's at the 30-yard line,
Jim
folks.
Harbaugh when Harbaugh played in the
Big time
NFL
3rd down
with
conversion.
the Colts when Saban was the D coordinator for the Browns.
And I love this design. You have one-on-one against a linebacker who's actually opposite where Haskins was lined up in the backfield. Really difficult to expect Christian Harris to be able to cover that one-on-one right into the flat. That was a good call by offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis.
Yeah, they've been really good on 3rd down, 6 of 12. Patterson on 1st down, waiting, and takes off as he sees
Patterson
some
takes
gain in front
off.
of him.
Gain about 5. Okay, we've got about a gain of 9.
Out of bounds near the line to gain.
2nd and 1.
Another big opportunity to potentially for Shea Patterson. As he's standing back there, look at the space deep. And he's going to
Damian, that won't happen. And plus, Urban Myers would never come here.
To develop, but another huge opportunity potentially for Michigan that was left on the field if Shea Patterson could have located big Nico Collins.
Gain of 8 for Patterson. Elected to run instead. They'll hand it off to the true freshman Charbonnet. First down for Michigan.
Got a first down.
Both Charbonnet and Haskins will be back next year. This offense, depending on who the quarterback is going to be interesting because you've got some talent at wide receiver. They obviously love Giles Jackson. He's a true freshman. You have Mike Sainwer still.
They're going to be good at skill. There's no denying that. It's just, can you replace the presence and the leadership that you get from Runyon and Bredesen and Onwenu? Those are the guys up front. Those are the tone setters, and they got to find adequate replacements for their offensive line.
Here's Patterson going deep again. And it's off target.
Come on.
Bell. Carter was running with him.
Pretty good coverage here by Carter. They love this slot fade. They try to get Ronnie Bell.
Yeah, it would be a smart move, but
with no safety help
Urban Myers ain't coming
They got
here.
the matchup they wanted.
That's exactly what they wanted, but yet again, another situation.
He's not
in which
Jim
Shea
Beeline,
Patterson
who
overthrows the
goes
intended
from
receiver
Michigan
down
to
the
an
field.
Ohio
That ball's
team.
underthrown, and Ronnie Bell has a chance to at least make a play on it, maybe pick up 15 yards because of pass interference.
He's had 4 or 5 of those today on deep balls. There's movement by the receiver. Nico Collins. Jim Harbaugh's irate. He's saying it was offside on the corner.
Number 4, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
He's mad because he thought Surtain should have been flagged, not Nico Collins, his guy.
You don't see that very often. I mean, I've seen defensive linemen jump in the neutral zone, but seldom have I ever seen a corner jump in the neutral zone.
Was he, though? Was he in the neutral zone?
Looked like he was to me.
Oh, come on. Another flag.
Once we get the call here from Michael Mothershed.
False guard, number 73, offense.
Just
5-yard
play
penalty,
ball,
still
folks.
second down.
So that's on Mayfield, the right tackle. Let's go back to the other one here, Dave. Your thoughts on whether this should have been on Surtain?
Well, as we saw earlier in the game, if the defense actually comes into the neutral zone and that causes a man adjacent or head up to move, okay, then it's going to be on the defense. Now, you take a look at this. Does he come into the neutral zone? I don't think enough to put it on the defense.
Watch for a screen pass here from Michigan. Can they get way behind the sticks?
Second and
They
20.
relied on the screen to try to get them into a little
52
more
seconds
manageable
left
third down.
remaining in this third quarter.
I'm just glad Dave agreed with me because you're getting cocky over there, McElroy, with your rules knowledge. Patterson looking, everybody covered, and now he completes it to Bell. What a play by Patterson.
All right.
Hanging in there and then threw it into traffic.
Got a decent
Bell
third
made
down.
the catch. Gain of 16.
Great patience by Shea Patterson. Trying to work a little quick game. The offensive line holds up. He slides, buys a little time, keeps his eyes downfield, and delivers the ball accurately to Bell as he crosses field. That was a good job by Shea Patterson. What a huge pickup to make this third down very manageable.
They got True Wilson, a former walk-on, a senior from Warren, Michigan, in the game, running back to help block. Patterson fires, complete, first down.
There we go. Got a first down. Ball at the 40.
It's Collins with the catch and a gain of 12.
Tell you what, Greg, Shea Patterson's doing a remarkable job of feeling the pocket but seeing the field.
That was beautifully done. He was trying to work Sanders still on the
That's it for your third quarter.
Didn't like the decision by Sanders.
After 3, Alabama 21, Michigan 16. When we return to the money quarter, the fourth quarter, I will resume the game audio. Stay tuned for after this. We got Oregon Ducks, Wisconsin Badgers, and our nightcap is the Georgia Bulldogs versus the Baylor Bears. Yeah, I seen Nick Saban turning into the Hulk. Mark says, enough greenbacks and anybody will do anything. That's what's truly said. That is true.
I wonder if he just holds that headphone up to the side of his head the rest of the day. They give him a fresh one. You think
They repaired it.
Oh, did they? Oh, he's all set.
They work fast at Alabama, as you know, Greg. they got people for everything.
Nobody's safe on that sideline
He
right now.
probably has an assigned headset guy, just exclusively to replace the headset.
Probably.
That's a good point. I'm a little understated. Yes, he does have an assigned headset guy, I would assume. His name's Tom Luganville. He's down there as well.
Michigan trailing by 5 at the Alabama 40-yard line. Hassan Haskins. And only 2 yards there is Anthony Jennings, who was the first guy to get a piece of him as they had a tight end, Sean McEwen, trying to block him.
It's a great job by Anthony Jennings. And I'll tell you what, he's been an unsung hero for this defense. They have had their fair share of issues this year, both against the run and occasionally through the air, but Anthony Jennings has been a reliable piece and was voted team captain as a result.
Alabama leading by 5, trying to get to 11 wins for the 9th straight year, which would be the longest ever. AP poll era. Michigan trying to get win number 10 for the 4th time in 5 years. Patterson on a design quarterback run. Lowers the shoulder with Josh Jobe, the
About
corner,
a yard short.
preparing to drill him, and it's a gain of about 9.
A nice run by Shea Patterson. Byron Young on the end of the line of scrimmage. I think you got 2 downs to get
3rd and
here
1
for Michigan, so I'd be surprised if they didn't go for it, even if they were stopped. So don't be shocked either. In this spot, I think you take a shot. Knowing the fourth down, you come back, you have a chance at it. Alabama in a real aggressive defense. They take a shot downfield.
Instead, they hand it off, and it's going to be close here. I thought Haskins' initial surge was enough, and it looks like it will be a first down.
They got the
Keep in mind,
first
too, that at the
down.
end of the first half, Quinn Nordine made a 57-yard field goal, which tied a Michigan record. But a fresh set of downs for the Wolverines at the 30-yard line.
Greg, this has been the trouble zone for this Michigan offense. This is where they've stalled. They've got to come away with a touchdown on this drive now that they're in the red area.
Patterson back to throw. Everybody covered, and Patterson's going to get sacked. The ball's out. And Charbonnet with a heads-up play to pounce on it. Shane Lee, true freshman, punched it out as he was dragging down Patterson. It is a 13-yard loss.
And for the most part, Charbonnet's done a great job in protection today. However, this time, Shane Lee's able to beat him to the inside. Shea Patterson with only one hand on the football there. It looked as though it got dislodged, and heads-up play by Charbonnet after struggling there in protection to hop on the football to preserve second down.
Did you see Patterson? He was trying to hold on to Anthony Jennings with his left arm.
23.
That didn't work so well. I was trying to hold him from going after that loose football. Worked enough, I guess. Charbonnet came up with the ball. Now Patterson throws.
Oh, my God.
Xavier McKinney bearing down on the receiver, Ronnie Bell, and Bell put it on the deck. Maybe hearing the footsteps.
An accurate throw from Patterson on the RPO, and that was without question because of the footsteps. Some T-Rex arms there over the middle. And careful, like Xavier McKinney, to make sure he doesn't launch towards the header neck area.
Oh, I would love
That's a
to be
defenseless player,
an
but I
anchor.
don't think he launched. There didn't look like an indicator there, Dave Kataya, as he went to initiate the contact.
I agree. Patterson passing today on third down, 4 of 8. But this is 3rd and 23. Can they get enough to give the field goal kicker a chance? They dump it off to Jackson. He gets to the 40. Surtain on the tackle. You're looking at a 58 or 59-yard field goal try. It's 4th down at about 20. Could also just punt the ball.
Yeah, you got to punt. And at the end of the half, to try one from here is one thing, because if it's short or if it's no good, no problem, end of half. But if you try one from here, then you're potentially setting Alabama up with great field position. So I agree with the decision to punt here by Jim Harbaugh.
Boy, that sack and forced fumble by Shane Lee on first down when they got to the 30-yard line of Alabama was huge. Will Hart, the punter. Waddle waving for it, and he's got it at the Alabama 9-yard line.
So after this game, we got Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia and Baylor. I will be doing the national title game also, as well as every NFL playoff game, including the Super Bowl.
Alabama taking over inside its 10-yard line. They try to run it on first down, and Najee Harris is going nowhere. Cameron McGrone has come to play here in the second half. He and Josh Metellus were both there for the Wolverines.
Tell you what, McGrone is really starting to play up to the caliber that we saw from him throughout the course of the regular season. Really struggled in the first 3 quarters of that Ohio State game, but played better down the stretch. And like you said, Dave, here in the second half, he's been an immovable force there on the defensive side of the football.
Got 10 tackles for a loss now in the year. That was a 1-yard setback on 2nd and 11. Jones from his goal line to the pass is batted down. It was McGrone again. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11 from inside the Alabama 10.
Mac Jones thrown all over him, and a huge 3rd down here from Alabama. Would expect something somewhat high percentage. Don't want to get too aggressive dropping into your own end zone. With the high percentage completion. Something probably to the number 3.
Jones from his end zone throws for Judy, and it's
they got the first down.
He got open quickly, and it was a terrific throw by Mac Jones. Gain of 14 and a first down.
And this bunch alignment's so tough. And you see Judy just hesitate, allowing things to clear out for him so he can work that out route against inside leverage. That was excellent design. And clearly extremely well coached.
Judy has 7 targets, 5 receptions, 146 yards, and a touchdown.
To allow himself a little time to separate.
Jalen Waddle motioning into the backfield as Jones throws it deep, and Judy caught it on the run at midfield.
Judy to the 40, to the 30, to the 20.
And they finally get him down around the 20-yard line. 58-yard pass play for Alabama into the Michigan red zone.
And a good job by the offensive line holding up just long enough. Mac Jones wore it. He put just enough touch under the football to allow Judy to run under it, and a great catch on a little bit of a low-thrown football. Judy doesn't even break stride. It's beautifully done by Mac Jones and Jerry Judy on their yards after catch.
Keep in mind, Henry Ruggs has not returned after getting injured in the 3rd quarter. Jones play action, moves to his right, now looking back this way. Wide open is Forrestall, touchdown Alabama.
Alabama with the touchdown.
In the secondary. It looks like it's going to be on Michigan.
There is a flag on the play.
This is going to stand for Miller Forrestall.
Holding number 29 defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
3rd touchdown pass.
What's going on, Bryce?
Today.
How's it going, man? Happy New Year.
Who had missed several games due to injury, but back to the ball game, making his presence felt.
Man, this was a beautiful job. They have thrown time and time again that wheel route to Harris on the off-play action. This time, they clearly cover. Look, 2 defenders for Michigan run with Harris. They slip Forrestall out up the seam, and Jones delivers a strike. Beautiful design from Steve Sarkisian.
Well, Michigan had the lead at halftime, but the Wolverines haven't scored.
All right. Alabama with the 12-point lead in the money quarter.
This is a top 15 Michigan team that has 9 wins, beat Notre Dame, beat Iowa. Of course, Alabama playing today without its best player, Tua Tagovailoa, but man, quarterback Mac Jones done an excellent job. And they pop it up in the air, and it's fair caught at the 34, so that's going to give Michigan pretty good field position.
I want to go back to this touchdown. It's just such great design. It's play action. They have hit Najee Harris on this route. It's a wheel route multiple times this year. Clearly, Michigan is prepared for it. So you see 2 defenders chase Najee Harris. One tries to tackle him in Glasgow, you see. But next thing you know, you slip out Miller Forrestall there into the seam area. And he is completely unaccounted for, even though there were enough defenders there to take away both targets. Just a beautiful design and great execution from Mac Jones and Miller Forrestall.
Michigan goes back to the ground game on first down as Lee stands up Haskins. Let's check in with John in the studio.
David.
Oh, wow. Minnesota 31-24. Fourth quarter, 4 minutes to play.
Auburn, of course, knocked off Alabama in the Iron Bowl. 2nd and 6 for Michigan. Patterson off play action, throws complete, and Nico Collins is out near midfield. So it's a first down for the Wolverines as we near the 9-minute mark. A gain of 11 on the play.
Obviously, Michigan doesn't need to get into hyperspeed just yet. It is a multi-score game, so you got to be cognizant of the clock. See them start to sprinkle in a little tempo, but not going high octane just yet.
But again, their issue, as Tom mentioned earlier, is one side, they get inside the 35-yard line, and all of a sudden they start having negative plays. They've been able to move the ball in Alabama. It's just finishing drives has been the issue. Davis with pressure. Patterson on the run. And it's incomplete through the hands of Collins. Would have had positive yardage if he made the catch.
You know, Greg, I'm a little surprised with the run game being so successful for Michigan in the first half. Haven't committed to it as much in the second half, but when they've done it with the quarterback, which is what the defense for Alabama has been worried about, they've been very, very successful. I'm a little surprised that they haven't taken more advantage of forcing Alabama to have to, account for that extra gap that the quarterback creates by running the football.
Yeah, there haven't been many opportunities so far for Shea Patterson to really contribute with his legs. You would think those opportunities may come, though, as they get to more of a spread pass-happy look.
On the run and going down to the ground is Haskins.
What's going on,
by
West
Christian Harris, who's made a couple plays in Michigan's backfield today.
And a great job here by the backside linebacker, Christian Harris, just working through some traffic on the inside, reading out. You see Eubanks, tight end, number 82, trying to save a life. However, the talented freshman, who's going to be an absolute superstar in time, makes the play in the backfield to set up a 3rd and long.
Is Michigan in 4-down territory. 3rd and 11, nearing 8 minutes to go. We'll see what kind of a play call we get from Gaddis. First-time play caller. He was the wide receivers coach at Alabama last year.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, we got some breaking news. I will tell you guys after this play.
Here on 3rd and long, and again, it's overthrown. Going for Sainer still, but
former NBA Commissioner David Stern passes away today.
Because he didn't get anything on 3rd down, and they will kick it.
Just at some point, Shea Patterson has to make that adjustment. I mean, I've counted 5 different examples today where he's overthrown deep balls, and not just by
passes away at 77 years old.
5 or 6 yards in most cases, and he's got big physical jump ball built wide receivers. You got to use the receiver's length to your own advantage, and he hasn't done that because he's overthrown them on so many different occasions.
Nick Saban might lose another headset. He just was jumping up and down as Alabama had 12 men on the field and had to burn a timeout. No headset is safe.
Yeah, he had emergency brain surgery, and today he passes away. So we are going to take a moment of silence for former NBA Commissioner David Stern. All right, guys. West Branch says, rest in peace, David Stern. So I do apologize for everyone. If I am quiet today, I'm kind of upset that YouTube does not shut off people that show the game. And then I have people that said, do your home team, and we're only rocking with 9 people. Minnesota says Judy is a GOAT. He is. He's pretty good. That's not true. They do shut down college games, but I guess CBS and ABC, they allow it. It won't happen on this channel. And those people that do it can go to Hades and kick hot coals with no shoes on.
Birmingham Bowl, followed by the Tech Slayer Gator Bowl.
Big Ten posted a vote on the Citrus and Outback Bowl.
And Tom Luganville. Michigan to punt
1-1.
after another overthrow throw, the 7th of the day, officially by Shea Patterson. Waddle with the fair catch around the 15.
Steak bowl in my kitchen. Minnesota 31-24, fourth quarter, 2:18 remaining. Minnesota has the ball at the Auburn 30.
Coverage and the bust in coverage by the Michigan defense. Just excellent stuff from Mac Jones off play action today.
See if Alabama just runs the ball here, tries to take some time off the clock with Harris, but he is dumped at the line of scrimmage. Cameron McGrone again. Second down,
Minnesota
inside 8
wins
minutes to go.
Hey, Greg, what's so impressive for me about Mac Jones is prior to the touchdown pass, on the play you just diagrammed to Judy, when you look at when the ball left Mac Jones' hand, Jerry Judy's in the middle of the field. And then you look at where he caught it. Just the anticipation to stay within the pocket and throw a guy open was
exceptional. I do gotta say, I did miss my father-in-law's birthday.
I mean, that pocket was collapsing around him.
And YouTube does not do this
that's
job.
The big difference between a sack
so that is why I'm extremely heated right now. I do apologize.
Jones to throw again. Now he steps up and runs instead, and he gets leveled by McGrone and Michael Dana. This is going to be third down and long. Big play here from Michigan's defense. Almost have to come up with a stop here as we're inside 7 minutes to go.
Now Michigan need to go and score and punch Alabama in their face. That's what they got to do, but they won't because Jim Harbaugh is their head coach.
Because so many times over the course of his career, when in doubt,
on one sideline you got a guy that's breaking headphones, the other guy is just yelling.
Pass rusher Uche, who's lined up over Alabama's weakest offensive lineman, Neal.
Here comes McGrone as well. Jones gets out of there and flips it out of bounds, throwing it away. So the clock stops with 6:27 to go, and Alabama will have to punt it back to Michigan, which was able to create a 3-and-out defensively. Lost about a minute and a half on the clock.
So Alabama definitely needs to get this ball game to 55 so I could crown my own team.
Of answers at times for Jerry Jeudy, but good coverage and a good job of trying to overload the protection.
Donovan Peoples-Jones is back deep for Michigan. And it's a short kick. And the fair catch made around the 47 of Michigan. So the Wolverines with good field position.
I will say that we are going to have some fun for Oregon and Baylor. I will be having a dilly for that game, so even if they show the game, I'm still going to have fun. Then for Georgia Baylor, I'll probably have another dilly, and we're going to have fun for that game as well. Because usually games that are on ESPN, I have a blast. Jim Harbaugh can't even beat his brother. Terrible play call. Bama should have threw a screen. Hey, Minnesota, are you happy that Minnesota is winning against Auburn? Troxel, why are you in your feelings, big dog? You will be okay. It's just I'm just so frustrated and ticked off that YouTube does not do its job. Like, if I show this game, I will get shut down. But yeah, you got these jack monkeys who show the game and don't get shut down, and they don't give a rat's behind about yourselves. You know, that's what ticks me off, and I'm using every ounce of power to control not cursing on my channel, because that's how mad it gets me. Like, if I go to do it, I'm going to be the first ones to be shut down. Then I wouldn't be able to do, Oregon, Wisconsin, Georgia, Baylor, Pistons and Clippers, all the NFL playoff games, Pistons and Lakers, March Madness. I wouldn't be able to do none of that. But then, these clowns are able to do it, and they go away scot-free. Like, it's BS. And I cannot wait until YouTube sends me a survey. And I am going ham, bacon, egg, sausage, and turkey on them.
Looking at the clock, almost don't want this to end. Michigan and Alabama, it's only the 5th time they've played. Just enjoying all the history. Almost 2 centuries worth, these two iconic programs packaged into this version.
I got Wisconsin Packers Nation. I like their running back. I want the Detroit Lions to get him.
At the tied 25-yard line. Looked like some miscommunication there between Patterson and his receiver.
You're going to see Eubanks.
We just already turned the ball over,
and
folks.
all of a sudden work his way back.
We are trash. Michigan Wolverines is trash.
In the zone that he was trying to occupy with his route, he turned upfield, probably thinking that Shea Patterson was going to escape and create a scramble opportunity. Shea Patterson threw it where he thought Eubanks would be, and it was easily intercepted. You see Shea Patterson.
That is why I tweet Shea Patterson
done a lot of nice things today.
That he is trash.
With his wide receiver.
And I still stand by every single word I've said to him.
And the first
he is hashtag trash.
By Michigan today. And now Alabama with 6:13 on the clock. And take some time off of it. They're making sure upstairs that...
Hey, I didn't say Michigan's
Carter
trash.
got a foot
That's
down.
still my team.
It looked like he did.
You got to think if you're Alabama here, too. Just want to lean on that run game. Lean on that offensive line. As we take a look to see here, does he maintain control?
That ain't true. Fox, they do shut him down.
It looks as though the control was pretty obvious there in the left arm. See the toe dragging.
Fox and ESPN, I have seen them get shut down.
Beautifully done there.
What an effort.
And Alabama will run it. Here's Harris. Makes it to the 30-yard line. It's a good gain on first down, picking up 5 yards. The next snap will come with about 5.5 minutes to go, you would imagine.
We're going to see a heavy dose of Najee Harris here in the plays to come. If you throw it at all, it's going to be behind the line of scrimmage. So you see just the tail of the tape. Alabama, those adjustments at halftime, coming right out in the first drive of the third quarter, hitting the big play to Smith. That's been the difference so far in the ball game.
Now the defense, too, for Alabama, much better this half than the first half when it looked like Michigan was going to rack up 600 yards. No big hit that time on Harris by Jordan Glasgow. Maybe a half-yard gain, so critical third down again here for Michigan's defense. Next snap for Alabama will come inside 5 minutes to go. Alabama number 1 all-time with 40 bowl wins. USC is the next closest with 35. This would also hand Michigan its 4th consecutive bowl loss under Jim Harbaugh. 3rd and 3. Jones to pass. And it's caught by Forrestall. It is a first down. Josh Metellus with the tackle, but that was huge for Nick Saban's team. Don't forget to tune in to the ESPN app for the post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One immediately following the game. This would be 9 straight 11-win seasons. And obviously this, looking at the overall year, is not what
I'll be
Alabama
doing
fans hoped for
Oregon and
or expected,
Wisconsin,
having
Georgia,
been
and Baylor
in every
today.
single college football playoff. But still to go 11-2 without one of the best players in college football, Tua Tagovailoa, and losing to 2 really good teams. One being maybe the best team, LSU, as Harris takes it out past the 40-yard line.
You could make an argument, Greg. It's one of the better coaching jobs that Nick Saban and his Alabama staff have done in relationship to the youth, the injuries, the quarterback situation. You had some coaches changes. Really impressive.
We got a timeout here with 3:58 to go. Alabama.
Yeah, we got Oregon, Wisconsin tonight, as well as Georgia, Baylor. Tomorrow is the Pistons and Clippers. I am off on Friday to gear up for the NFL playoffs. I'll be doing all playoff games in the NFL, as well as the Pistons and Lakers on Sunday night. That is my schedule for the rest of this week. And on my day off, I'll be getting ready for the following week, and I'll be writing some games down for next week. And I do apologize for not really communicating and talking today. It's just frustrating. But I will say this, we will have fun for Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia, and Baylor. So I do appreciate you guys all for rocking with your boy. You guys do indeed are amazing and do mean a lot to me. And you guys are all MVPs. And I will probably have to be cutting the stream off a little bit early due to I got to set up for the Rose Bowl.
There's so many storylines within the story. there in what should be a great matchup.
They get a first down run. Najee Harris carrying.
Najee Harris took the entire Michigan Wolverines team for a ride on a 15 extra yards outside of the 10 yards that he had to gain.
Much better running the football, as Michigan was the dominant run team in the first half.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Has 3, 4, had like 5 guys on him. It was just powering him for an extra 15 yards on top of the 10 yards he already gained. Shout out to Najee Harris. He is a GOAT.
He's had both running the football and being a contributor coming out of the backfield in the passing game.
There we go. Push more.
Harris.
Push more of my guys. Oh my goodness. And broke a tackle.
The first down. But just being told now some awful news from the NBA.
Hey,
that
Michigan.
We want to pass along
All my fans.
What's going on? David Stern, longtime NBA commissioner, passed away at age 77. Inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2014. Recently suffered brain hemorrhaging and was hospitalized a couple weeks ago, and sad to pass along the news that Commissioner Stern passed away today at age 77.
Condolences to his family, and life well lived, man. Made a huge impact on the sport that we all love and follow, and we're certainly thinking about his loved ones and family and the entire NBA community.
Yep. Meanwhile, Michigan inside the
What's going on,
trying to put this
CN?
one away. Inside 3 minutes to go, just keeping it on the ground with Najee Harris. And again, it takes a handful of Michigan players to stop momentum. And Jim Harbaugh will use a timeout. He'll have one left. Well,
What's the
Alabama
point
will
of
open
calling a
next season
timeout?
September 5th in Dallas against USC.
You can't stop the
They'll also
run the
play
second
Georgia
half. You
in
haven't been
September.
able
So
to
two of
stop
the
them
first
down
three
on
games
third
against
down.
SC and Georgia. They'll go to
What's the
LSU.
point?
A&M and Auburn will come to Tuscaloosa. And obviously, the 2020 Alabama season is going to be all about whether Tua Tagovailoa is
Yeah,
back
I'm going
or
to have
whether
to
he's in
be
the NFL,
getting
because
ready
if
to
he's
tap
back,
out
look
as well.
If he's in the
I got to
NFL,
get ready
who is it?
for
Is it his brother
we got
Talia?
Oregon and
Tagovailoa
Wisconsin.
is
I'm
the
not set up
quarterback?
for that.
Is it Mac Jones? Is it Bryce Young, a 5-star recruit who's coming in?
Yeah, and I know, Lugs, you feel very strongly about Bryce Young's abilities, and he's going to be graduating early and contributing in the spring, so it'll be a hard-fought competition, but of course, all for naught if big number 13 decides to return to Tuscaloosa for his senior year. I'll be refreshing my Twitter constantly for the next 19 days.
But just to repeat your opinion.
Fisher
from earlier,
Special,
Phil,
I'm
your
not set
opinion
up
is you
yet. I
think
got to
he's
tap
gonna
out
come
here
back?
shortly.
I do too. You do too, Tom.
Absolutely.
I think it's so important to put your best foot forward when you're going through the evaluation process. And unfortunately for Tua, at this point, he's not going to really be properly evaluated. They'll look at the tape, but they're still going to have questions about his injury history. And that will potentially turn some teams off as to whether or not he becomes a draftable prospect. But I think he is a generational talent. I think he's a can't-miss NFL guy. Whether he comes out this year or next year, he's going to have a very bright future at the next level regardless.
If he's healthy, if it comes back that he's healthy and he can start throwing, does that change your opinion? I mean, if he's a healthy Tua, do you take the sure thing? You take the money now, even though it's not going to be as much as maybe it would have been if he's the #1 pick, certainly.
I think it all comes down to what he gets in regards to the information that he's going to gather from the doctors. It's really a medical decision more than it is anything else. Whether he wants to go back, whether he wants to play college football. He's on track to graduate in August, so I know that's really important to both him and his family. So a lot of factors that are going in. But if I were to guess, just knowing the timetable for his return to the field, likely targeting early April, maybe mid-April, I think he might return knowing he won't be able to showcase his abilities on the field in pro days and in workouts with professional teams prior to them making decisions.
His family lives in Tuscaloosa now. They moved from Hawaii. And Talia, the backup quarterback for this game, will be a true sophomore. Harris inside.
All right, if they score, I'm cutting this off.
It'll be first and goal.
'Cause I got, like I said, I got to set up for
Sorry, Dave. I was gonna
Oregon
say,
and Wisconsin.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. It is about medical because there are so many different factors
The ball's at the goal line.
One of those factors is durability.
Shout out
And
to Minnesota, defeated Auburn.
From a durability standpoint, so if they say, okay, well, instead of being a top 5 pick, you'd be a top 20 pick.
That game must have been going down to the wire.
Not a top 5 player, but it's just a factor that has to be considered, and I think that's something.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be doing the Lakers and the Pistons on Sunday. Pistons and Clippers tomorrow.
Harris trying to bounce off of tacklers, can't.
I haven't forgot about my basketball subscribers.
To his decision is
do appreciate each and every single one of you guys for being patient.
Got to go. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he decides to come back. But some of these other
yeah, Demon Dad. At least the first half was good, but you know that's the prime example of good coaches and great coaches.
I think he is.
Great coaches make the proper adjustment.
Deciding factor for a lot of these guys because they know that they're right now a late first-round pick. Their draft stock's going to be improved by number 13 being out there sharing the huddle with them. So I think if he decides to come back, you might see a huge trickle down in that regard.
Harris forward progress stopped at the 2. And speaking of Jerry Jeudy, he is our Capital One player of the game.
Shout out to Jerry Jeudy.
Seen some
player of the game. 6 receptions, 204 yards, and a touchdown.
Career high today in receiving yards, 204. Biletnikoff winner last year.
Exactly what you want as a cornerstone wide receiver. Just speed, character. He can do it all. Blocks, catches, runs it out of the backfield if necessary. Can contribute in the return game if you want him to. He is exceptionally talented. Has a very bright future.
Alabama gonna hand it off here.
There we go, folks.
With 27 seconds to go.
Alabama scores again, 34-16. And I will be cutting this off here after the extra point because I have got to get ready for Oregon and Wisconsin. Your 2019, 2020 Citrus Bowl champion, Alabama. Congratulations, Bama.
That satellite camp thing was a while ago.
Alrighty, and with that being said, I will see you guys here shortly. So stay tuned for Oregon and Wisconsin. With that being said, have a nice day, Troxel Sports Talk, and I'm out. Peace.